Welcome to the Milwaukee Mile as INDYCAR approaches its penultimate round of the 2025 season. We've had some fantastic racing this year, which has been dominated by Alex Palou, and now we're gearing up for once more a short track oval where he's on pole position. For news in the Indy NXT race, a few moments ago, we just had a champion crowned. Dennis Alger is the Indy Next champion of this season. Right now, let's go down and join our colleagues at Fox Sports.
Absolutely destroying the field in qualifying, starting on pole position, and he is going for history. He's got 8 wins on the year. If he wins today, that'll be 9. He's got a chance to get to 10. You see Andretti got 9 in 69, and Unser and Foyt both with the record at 10. You could watch Alex Palou match 2 of the greatest IndyCar drivers of all time. So, what's the mindset of a guy in Alex Palou's position? Well, let's head down to Kevin Lee and find out.
Alex, how high is the motivation to add another win to the tally and conquer another type of track?
Crazy high. Honestly, it's been, as you know, an amazing season for the 10 car, for me personally, everybody at CGR. But yeah, we're ready. We're ready to get that next goal that we have in mind, which is to get obviously another win and then another one if we can. But yeah, honestly, it's a track that we're normally not very comfortable, so to get the pole here yesterday was amazing. Just shows the amount of work that everybody at CGR and Honda has put in. So I'm ready for today. Gonna give everything we have and try and get that win number 9.
What a historic season it has been, and there's still more to add for Alex Palou. Now it's time for the grid walk / run. Here's Jack Hollywood Harvey.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm down at ECR. I'm surrounded by 2 pretty nice chaps. Got Ed Carpenter on one side, Christian Rasmussen on the other side. Your girlfriend Maria next to me as well. This is a pretty good quadruplet. Ed, get in here. What are we expecting today, lads?
A good day. I mean, hoping these guys get engaged soon, you know. But from a race standpoint, it's been a really strong weekend for us, and looking to cap the season off strong. We got 2 great cars, great drivers, great opportunity to get some podiums today.
That was a big mic drop moment. Just want one reaction to what your boss just said.
Well, he's been on it all weekend, but no, we're excited. I think we have a good race car here, so looking forward to that. Big step up from practice to qualifying, and I think we have a good race car, so looking forward to it.
All right, well, good luck, lads. Bye, Maria. Let's carry on. We're going to go and find his mate. They've had a little bit of contact recently, ended up in a pretty tasty shunt at Portland. Ricardo Juncos, how are you, mate? How's it going? Give me one nugget for today.
What?
One nugget.
It's fine, man. It's IndyCar race. Anything can happen, so we're just gonna go for it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Connor Daly, don't hide away. I just chatted to your mate Christian Rasmussen. He said it's just going to be business as normal. Is that the same for you?
Well, I think everyone wants to say, like, everyone wants me to say, like, no, I'm going to punch that guy in the throat. He's a terrible person. But, like, no, he's actually a nice guy, honestly. So I think we both disagree on it entirely, but a lot of people disagree on things. And, you know, he's a good oval racer, and I feel like I know what I'm doing here, so we'll see what happens. We got a great AM/PM Arco Chevrolet.
All right, bud. Best of luck today to make it happen. Sorry. Oh, it's only keggy. It's fine, mate. Sorry. And there is Mr. Joseph Newgarden. He's hiding. He's low-key hiding. He's with his little boy. Joseph, I got one question for you. I've been hearing something about this Thor hammer. What is this about? Is a hammer?
Oh my gosh, yeah, the hammer. What was that? The hammer's gone. The hammer stopped working for us, so we've gotten rid of the hammer. We originally had the Chalice of Excellence. That was very good to us. Then we had the hammer. We're looking at finding something new because all those stopped working. So here's the moving forward. I don't know what else to tell you, Jack.
Hey, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day today, guys. That's all from the grid walk. Stay tuned for the race.
Well, the snap-on Milwaukee 250 will be the 16th race of the 2025 season. There have been 5 winners in 15 NTT IndyCar Series races so far this year. Will we see a first-time winner this weekend. Will we see a first-time winner on the oval? Because we've got one or two drivers who have been knocking on the door of their first oval finish. Last year we saw one or two drivers, Scott McLaughlin, Colton Herter, score their first win on an oval. This year we've seen two more drivers with their first wins on an oval. But there's lots to talk about besides that here this weekend. Not only Christian Rasmussen and Connor Daly starting alongside each other on the grid. How spicy is that gonna get? If you saw last weekend's race and you followed social media through the week, you'll know they had a little bit of a coming together at one of the fastest elements of the track. Well, they start together here this weekend, but lots of other things at play in terms of the championship. Arrow McLaren's Pato O'Ward looking to lock in a career best second place in the season standings. What a star he has been this year. And Christian Lundgaard, his teammate at Arrow McLaren, looking to make it two drivers in the top three in the points as well. Christian Lundgaard, one of the drivers looking for his first oval race win, but he'll have to do it from further back today. Of course, Alex Palou, Carl Kirkwood, first-time oval winners this season. Will it be the likes of David Malukas, who was so strong in qualifying yesterday, only to have that first NTT INDYCAR pole position snatched away from him in the dying moments by Alex Palou? And what a performance. Alex Palou has unlocked the short ovals.
INDYCAR isn't the only sport in town this weekend, and as we found out, it's not the only race either.
Wait, where's Will? Oh, he's over there. All right, fans, time now for the famous racing sausage race. Sausages on your mark. Get set, go. The bratwurst in hot pursuit.
Come on!
But it's the Italian at the wire.
That was so fun! Let's go!
Apparently, after the Weenie 500, sausage races are a thing in America. Now, we heard earlier about Santino Ferrucci and Connor Daly's prowess on ovals. We heard from Christian Rasmussen and Connor Daly about their contact last time out in Portland. All three of these drivers have a chance of a debut, first ever win here. If only they could keep out of each other's way.
What does it mean to have beef with another driver?
That's a good question.
I think one thing is clear. These three drivers are not very fond of one another.
Oh, he can get away with that. That's insane.
It doesn't change anything. Connor's the same car as he's been all year.
Daly trying to get the move on Rasmussen. Oh! Big hit!
That was totally uncalled for. I would say that was quite an unsavory move.
It was intentional that I ran him off?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you can expect.
Ferrucci just says, you know what? I'm going to send you on a gardening leave.
Looks like the Jekyll and Hyde nature of Santino Ferrucci.
He's thrown some words around.
Me, I just got in the gray. He just ran out of talent there.
I don't mind having the reputation of being an aggressive driver, right? It's better to have people fear you on the track than the opposite.
You think he can stay out? I mean, Rasmussen just wrecked us, so.
He decided to brake check me in pit lane, which is just dumb. If he doesn't think that memories are short, he's got something else coming.
He's just ramming into me now. What the hell is that?
I just hope that the driving standard is kind of set a little bit higher as we go into 2026.
Well, today is very much going to be a race of strategy. What are we looking at? Well, it's hard to predict, and that's been the talking point overnight, is just how far are these tyres gonna go? You can do 65 laps, 60, 65 laps of green flag running around this Milwaukee mile, but the tyres are really struggling to do a full fuel stint. So we think it's going to be 4, 5, maybe 6 stops. These tyres, can they go more than 50 laps? We were seeing a huge drop-off in final practice yesterday, almost 20 miles an hour off their qualifying pace. Now, yes, that favors the undercut, but let's look back at Iowa when Joseph Newgarden got hosed twice when the yellows came out. If you pit early and go for the undercut, you expose yourself if the yellows then come out. And that was the problem for the fast cars, the Chevys at Iowa. So rule of thumb on the ovals is try not to have a green flag pit stop. You want to run as long as possible because the chance of yellows coming out at the end of the stints is quite high. Tire deck's going to be huge. The balance of the cars is going to be really, really tricky to get on top of. Look at turns 1 and 2 there. You will see that this is an oval like no other. It's hardly got any banking. And we're not just going to be running the white line like we do at some of the other ovals. These cars, the primary line is actually the high line. So you'll see runners trying to get down onto that white line to try and run that low groove to get that second line working, to get some passing going. Expect the front of the snake, the head of the snake, if you like, to catch the tail very early on. How you navigate traffic is going to be really important here. How you use the hybrid and how you stay away from the marbles. We saw Stingray Rob at the end of final practice yesterday just get ever so slightly high, and that was he was a passenger then right up into the wall. Got into contact there. We saw Felix Rosenqvist in the wall in qualifying as well. There's been 1 or 2 incidents, but not too many. I think this is going to be a typical IndyCar race. When we look at the short ovals, this could be fairly chaotic. It's not going to be one to miss. And let's head back now for that all-important green flag.
Welcome back to the Milwaukee Mile. And now it's time to take a look at the starting grid, sponsored by NTT.
Louis Foster, Odium, England.
Hi, I'm Kevin Simpson from the Cayman Islands.
Felix Rosenqvist, Värnamo, Sweden.
I'm Colton Herta from Valencia, California.
I'm Callum Milo. I'm from Cambridge in the UK.
I'm Jake Mabel from Louisville, Kentucky.
Santino Ferrucci, Woodbury, Connecticut.
Robert Schwartzman, born in Israel, Tel Aviv.
Stingray Rob, Hayat, Idaho.
Nolan Siegel, Palo Alto, California.
I'm Christian Lundgaard from Vejle, Denmark.
Marcus Armstrong, Christchurch, New Zealand.
Devlin DiFrancesco, Toronto, Ontario.
I'm Scott Dixon, driver of the number 9 PNC Bank Honda from Auckland, New Zealand.
Marcus Eriksson, Kumla, Sweden.
Alexander Rossi, Nevada City, California.
Rinus VK, Hoofddorp, the Netherlands.
Graham Rahal, Columbus, Ohio.
Christian Rasmussen, I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark.
Connor Daly from Noblesville, Indiana.
Joseph Newgarden, Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm Kyle Kirkwood from Jupiter, Florida.
Will Power, Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia.
Scott McLaughlin, Christchurch, New Zealand.
Pato Award, Monterrey, Mexico.
I'm David Malukas, grown up in Chicago, Illinois.
Hello, Alex Palou. I'm from Barcelona, Spain.
So your champion on the pole, David Maluka, starting from P2 for the second time this year. It's time to get those engines started.
It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Nick Punchuk, Chairman and CEO of Snap-on, to give the command.
On behalf of the Snap-on team and the people of work everywhere, drivers, start your engines.
$250 laps await around this 1 mile oval track. Townsend, James, why don't you take us around?
Oh, it is a spectacular track to go racing.
1 mile in length, just 9 degrees of banking, but it is super wide. That's what makes it so unique. And as you said at the Open, Will, it's the oldest active racetrack in the world. In fact, Williams Jones won the first race here in 1903. James, it was a 5-lapper. Today, 250.
Yeah, a little bit more work for the drivers in the race today. You see that first automobile race back here in 1903, predating the Indianapolis Motor Speedway by some time. Very similar geometries end-to-end, Townsend. Not like some of the other ovals we go to, like Iowa, where it's 2 kind of different entries and exits, but it's the middle lane that really is the predominant lane, the preferred lane, and that low lane is what you have to experiment with if you're going to make passes. These two know how to get passes done and wins done here.
And 7 wins from Roger Ward. 57 to 63, legends born here in Milwaukee, and you do it, Will, by being brave.
That's it. We have raced here in every era of this championship, from AAA, USAC, kart, all the way through to INDYCAR today. Let's head down to pit lane.
Well, it was not an ideal situation for Colton Herta yesterday, spinning and qualifying. He's going to start in the 24th position. The good news, he knows how to work his way through the field here at Milwaukee. Last year, 18th to 3rd, getting his first career oval podium. I talked to Rob Edwards, strategist. He said it's going to be so tempting to take risks early, but they're just going to need to see how the race unfolds. That's Colton Herta. Watch him coming from 24th. Jack.
Thanks, G. The driver that I'm watching today, of course, is going to be Joseph Newgarden. Of all the ovals that are on the calendar this year, Milwaukee is the only track that he hasn't won at. He was quickest in practice 1, expecting him to move forward in the race now. Kevin.
Jack, this is as close as it gets to a hometown race for Chicago's David Malukas. The 23-year-old is starting second today. He has finished second multiple times, but today could be the day, not only for him, but it would be the first for A.J. Foyt Racing in a dozen years, and it's coming in the middle of massive speculation that Malukas is about to replace Will Power at Team Penske next year, whose contract is up, and Power won't know his status until after next week's finale. Just another storyline to watch today.
Just a week to wait then for Will Power, just a lap to wait for us as the 2025 Honda Civic Type R leads the field around this 1-mile track.
Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready for the start procedure here to get underway. Traffic's going to work. Yeah, there we go. Green flag will come out. They're bolting up, ready to go. So, here we go then. It's time for the Milwaukee Mile 250. They will line up together out on the circuit, and then we'll be underway. Alex Palou on pole position from David Malukas, Pat Orward and Scott McLaughlin, Will Power, Kyle Kirkwood, Joseph Newgarden and Connor Daly. 2 races to go then in the regular season. What are we going to have? Palou's already crowned the champion, but there's so much more on the line. Can we have a new winner? Are we going to have a repeat winner? Is it going to be Palou once more this year? It's time to begin. Out of the last corner, the Milwaukee Mile for 250 laps. The green flag falls, and we're racing. And Malukas has not got going at all. Down to turn 1. Palou's got the lead of the race. You can hear the wind in the background, how unbelievable it is. 3 wide further back as Carl Kirkwood goes right round the outside of everybody. Superb move there as they come down to turn 2. Malukas trying to have a go on Alex Palou towards the first 2 corners, 3, 3 and 4. Trying to hook the inside line. Palou's got the advantage at the front of the field as we head down. Over the line once more. We've got a McLaren trying to go through. We've got a car in the wall. Car in the wall of the number 6 of Nolan Siegel. Hits the wall at the exit of 4, and the caution is out immediately. Rear and front suspension broken, and that is not the start that you were expecting. Siegel out, caution on lap 2. Now he's running alongside Colton Herta. Comes down low. Does he touch the apron and get loose? Yes, he does. The rear steps out. Lucky that everybody managed to avoid him, especially for Santino Ferrucci, who was right there. So caution out already. And field neutralized once more. This is riding on board. Just got loose. Just got loose.
I mean, he's not all the way over it, but a little bit onto that yellow.
I will say that low is not the normal racing line, so all weekend with practice and qualifying, There's just not rubber laid down there. So Nolan going into uncharted territory on lap 1, and he will regret it.
Yeah, AMR safety team quick on the scene to take care of Nolan Siegel. Always great to have them on hand here.
Yeah,
as
well,
you said,
we know how important it can be as JT is here in the commentary box. He's getting all set up as well.
Hello.
Hello, JT. You joined at precisely the right time. Caution's out lap 1. All that's happened is that Nolan Siegel's going to the wall. Let's rejoin Tom Gaymore as we're on already lap 4. Tom.
Yeah, you can kind of say that was a rookie mistake from someone who's still learning his trade in the papaya. Nolan Siegel down in uncharted territory, as the Fox team said. And I mentioned earlier on in the program, you run the middle of the track here, what would look like the high line on any other short oval. They don't run that tight white line that you would say see at Iowa. And so at the start, on the first lap, you're still side by side, and Nolan Siegel probably using a bit of track there that he hasn't used all weekend. And, well, the result is the papaya in the wall. We're under caution after 4 laps. Big movers and shakers. Well, little Dave trying to get it done at the beginning, putting Alex Palou under pressure down into turn 3. A good start from the thirsty 3. Scott McLaughlin up to 3rd place. And look at Connor Daly. How many times have we said this on a short oval? Up to 4th from 8th position in that Hookos Hollinger machine, with Carl Kirkwood there in 5th place. Pato O'Ward and Will Power, the 2 drivers that haven't fared too well in the opening few corners. Pato O'Ward down to 6th place, having started 3rd, and Will Power there in 8th. So it is the Honda safety car that is leading the field around at the moment. Pretty routine clear up from the safety team here at INDYCAR. And Palou, I'm sure, will be leading the field back to green. Single file restarts on the short ovals ever so shortly. What will David Malukas have up his sleeve in that AJ Foyt machine? And will we see some side-by-side running for the lead once we do get back to green? Well, on board with Will Power, who is behind his 2 teammates at the moment. Scott McLaughlin, one of the race winners last year, up in 3rd place. And of course, Joseph Newgarden, who has a pole here, but has never won around this short oval, in 7th place, with Power in 8th. Well, we're going to head back to Milwaukee ever so shortly, and I'm sure we'll be back to the green flag running. Expect this field to go as far into this opening stint as they possibly can.
Pits are open here at the Milwaukee Mile. That man, Connor Daly, what a start for him. Up 4 places from where he started this contest. Townsend, you said watch out for him today. You were absolutely right.
Yeah, Purple 76 does what he's been doing over and over on the ovals. Go high early when the track is clean. Just absolutely dumps Newgarden and Will Power, 2 of the very best. And then he comes up to Kyle Kirkwood, and you think here that discretion would settle in, but not on the first lap with Connor Daly. Kirkwood and Pato O'Ward left to admire the skill, and he is P4. That is sweet.
And he would have got McLaughlin had the yellow not come out when it did. He was still rolling with a ton of momentum. Guys, that looked like a replay of last year's start. Just Connor up there in lane 3.
He just has this natural affinity with this type of track.
How about this? Connor Daly, we ride on board. He is up 7 positions in 1 lap. What did he do? We're just watching this for the first time as Colton Herta goes outside. Wow, even wider than Connor.
And you could hear that downshift way in the corner. That's how slow he was going, but everyone else below him checked up. Of course, Colton had that spin in qualifying, impressively kept it off the wall, but had to start right near the back. He's making quick work. He knows he's got a quick car beneath him. Needs to get his way to the front.
Getting back.
We're here, and JT's with me as well now up here in the box. box as well as we get ready for the green flag to come back out. Alex Palou will lead them to come into it as well. Are we going to have a good restart this time by? It will be coming through. Let's count them in. The green flag falls again. And the Milwaukee Mile 250 is go once more. Palou will take them onto the green flag line. Diving down low. There goes Newgarden. Power and Rasmussen, VK in there too. Awards drop back. Kirkwood's looking quite strong. Yellow's out again, JT. That was a quick one. There's no cars off. Why is that called out? Debris.
We saw 3 wide further back in the field.
We had a car sideways, but they caught it.
Is it Graham Rahal? Yeah, Rahal went round and caught it. So race control a little bit too quick to throw the yellow there.
I'm going to give me more time to sort all my SD cards out.
I don't mind either. It means I can get to go get a drink as well. It's all been a bit up and down here this evening. Hello to Nathan. He says, I love this track. Hello to Dan. And Nathan says hello to JT as well, as he said hello to me earlier on. So, yellow's out again. We're really in an up, down, topsy-turvy kind of weekend, aren't we, at the moment? Let's open up our race telemetry data. Is it going to work for us today? Oh, guess what isn't loading? The race data. Yay! Oh no, it just works as I click the back up. Isn't that typical? It's going to pit road.
Tell us what happened from your perspective.
Yeah, I tried to go low, the grip was low, and I got a little greedy on power and spun. It's extremely frustrating on my part. I think it's we had a really good race car today. I felt really good in warm-up. We were fast, and I was trying to be aggressive and make moves, and but yeah, I just feel like an idiot, to be honest.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself, mate, and best of luck in Nashville.
Yeah, thanks.
You see that replay one more time. Just listen as he gets back to the throttle here. The rear tires spin up. And that's just what kicks him around. And we've seen some big saves before Graham Rahals just a moment ago throughout practice. But Nolan, cold tires, full fuel. About as heavy as it's going to be. Only a lap of heat in the tires was going to make it difficult for him to get any grip in those Firestones.
Now all of this running behind the pace car does, of course, have an implication on strategy. Kevin, what is this doing in terms of how the teams are going to run their pit stops today?
So when you talk strategy, first you have to think about green flag racing. And under green, on fuel, they can go over 70 laps, but how long will the Firestones last? To do a 3-stop race, you must average 62 laps or so a race. And I think that's in play with all these caution laps now. A 4-stopper is what you're seeing here, means averaging 50 laps per stint. That's easily done at this point, and no one really knows what the strategy is until they see what the tire wear is like. So the 3-stopper, I think, is very much in play, and you're going to see some in the back, like Kiffin Simpson, ducking in just to top off more fuel to make it more simple for them to do it on 3 more stops from here.
Yeah, splash and dash for Kiffin Simpson. No tire change, just a lick of fuel, and manages to emerge just before that Honda Civic Type R passes him, so he will manage to catch up to the back of the field. Smart move there.
Well, it's a very clever move as Tom Cairns is joining us now. Hello, Tom. JT just going... Is JT's camera on? I can't actually see. No, it's not. He'll be on. JT's just sorting things out. I'll be back with us shortly. Coming to the restart then. Let's see what we're going to have. It's a roving rotation of commentators at the moment while everyone gets themselves buckled in. Time for another restart. We've lost 15 laps already. Can we actually get some running now? As they come out to go back to green flag running. Palou, Malukas, McLaughlin, Daly, Kirkwood, O'Ward, Newgarden, Powell, the top 8. Green flag's out again. And immediately Malukas wants to go around the outside of Palou, down towards turn 1. He'll move the high line coming up through 2. Palou's going to try and force him out wide. Malukas, a fantastic manoeuvre! Right round the outside of turn 2. That was superb from the youngster. Oh, we don't see moves on Palou that often, Tom. That was fantastic.
That was superb from David Malukas round the outside on the restart. Got a good run on the Chip Ganassi before sending it through. And we are on to the 17th lap. I think Pato Ward's got through on Kyle Kirkwood. for 5th position. He's also on a charge.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Palou got low there then, because he is...
Yeah, I've got a feeling that Palou's going to be trying to save some tyres early on.
Palou chasing another win this season.
On board with Ferrucci. Trying to close it down. Hooks up that inside line. Hurts up 11 places from where we started. Round the outside, there goes the 21. So more moves being made as well by the ever-fast restarting Christian Rasmussen. The swing round the outside of the McLaren. Getting a bit tight. We've got Herta just behind there. Lundgaard staying down low. The beauty of you with oval racing, Tom, is that you can defend on either line, depending if you've got a car in front of you. Rasmussen nearly in the wall, though. And this is what a short track can do. It's just dicing. It's like racing on ice.
Yeah, and it's not even the longest straights either around this particular course of Milwaukee. So they're going to have to try and be clever. You see an overtake there on the arrow. McLaren go past. So Rasmussen down another place as a consequence with Rossi going by. And so far, Damon Lucas, who started this race from 2nd position, finds himself in the race lead, and deservedly so. Connor Daly's made up positions. Bearing in mind, we've had some drivers coming in for fuel and tyres during that portion. And what are they going to do from here, and how will that affect things in terms of their strategy later on?
Long runs here is going to be critical as the green light panels activate. There's Will Power, winner of the Grand Prix of Portland last time out. Of course, next weekend it's the final. One more race to go after this at Nashville. Won't be a championship decider, but there's a lot on the line for the Music City Grand Prix. As we now look on board, Power closing up to Award through 1 and 2. It's the only part of the circuit actually where you have to brake here. Usually on ovals, maintain an average speed. Not in Milwaukee. Brakes. You actually need to hit the brakes because it's a short, tight. It's like we're racing around on a rhombus, effectively, as well. It's not an oval. It's very different. You can see on the driver tracker the field getting separated out there a lot. I just got a feeling that we might be in for a crash bang wallop situation coming up shortly. Looks to be good to me so far as the action continues on. Power closing in. It was a great race though actually last time out of Portland, wasn't it? I mean, we were in the box together 2 weeks ago. Power held on massively, and then the battle between Palou coming in as well was just like bang, crash, wallop, off the track everywhere. It showed us why IndyCar is actually worth watching this season.
I agree. Even though Palou has run away with it this season, wrapping up the title last time out in Portland, David Maluk is someone who's for victory in this series. And he's not been around in the championship for that long as David Maluk is thinking of it. But he's proving why he is IndyCar material, that particular machine. And where does that leave him for next season? Who knows?
If he can win here today, the advantage will swing his way for contract negotiations as well. As we keep on going. IndyCar. Nathan says, I've been watching IndyCar since the 1980s as well. So, Nathan, I want to ask you a question actually. Your thoughts on the kart IRL split? As I presume you were against it, as many were coming into it. Just a reminder, also on JB Motorsports at the moment, we've got the IMSA Michelin GT Challenge, round number 9 of their campaign, with only the GT cars at the Virginia International Raceway. So just 23 cars at entry. That's live alongside us here on JB Motorsports, where they've got 2 hours and 14 minutes to go. Meantime here, a few clouds above though, as they come through. We're riding on board with the McLaren.
We're over 10% of the race through, and David Maluk has continued to stretch out the margin. And considering how short it is of a circuit, we saw lap times of 23 seconds during the qualifying. So it's inevitable that these are going to catch up to back markers sooner rather than later. There is David Malukas coming over the line now, ahead of Alex Palou and Scott McLaughlin, who is another second adrift of the champion this season. And mention about what we've got lined up, but it's also Formula 1 returning next weekend, JB, and the emphasis is going to be on the McLaren Giro Championship battle, as well as it being the home event for none other than Max Verstappen.
It's going to be a lot next weekend as well, and you can catch it all here on JB Motorsports. A lot of the action, a lot of the intrigue will be coming forward, so you don't want to miss a single moment of this absolute crazy weekend we've got brewing here on the channel. I know, oh, hello, sorry, I'm trying to move things around because we're doing 2 streams at once. I'm looking forward to it personally. And she may be a bit nervous about it, but we have a brand new host joining us next weekend as well. Nina Racing Secrets, you might know on Instagram as well, is a motorsport marshal. She'll be joining us as a new host in Formula 1 and across multiple series as well. She does her debut show at the qualifying next weekend at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Well, welcome to Nina, to the team. A huge shout out to her. Lovely girl as well, and she does do her job as a motorsport marshal very, very nicely there. In the orange, as we often call them, during race weekends. They did a tremendous job actually over at Brands Hatch, despite a horrendous accident that we saw earlier in the Ginetta Juniors, which was absolutely horrifying to see. In terms of the news in relation to that, that'll come to us as soon as we get it.
Yeah, what was the deal? I saw there was a huge accident as well, and we're waiting news coming through.
It was just before Sterling's corner, JB, where a car had already spun round, put his foot on the brakes, so stranded for a brief second, and then another car just literally T-boned into the side of him. And it was a very, very nasty shunt. One ended up taken to the medical centre, and I think it's been clear. The other had to be, what's the word for marshals needing to get the driver out of the car themselves rather than the driver getting out by his own accord. I forget the name. Is it extracts himself from the car, I think? Is that what it's called?
Extraction,
so that's the extraction. Yeah, so that's the latest I've got, but nothing official has come out in terms of the latest involving that driver yet. So it may not be until later this evening, if not tomorrow.
So fingers crossed we hear some good news, and we'll bring you up to date. Omi will message because we were covering the events on JB Motorsports too, so Omi will keep an eye on all our socials for that. We are approaching that lap traffic because the leader, David Malukas, is now right behind the 50 car of Jacob Abel, and Abel's last lap time speed was a 142.667 and Malukas 142.391, so he is slower because now he's being held up, and that's bringing back in Alex Palou in second position. Now, a reminder here, we do have hybrid to use, but we do not have push to pass. So that's not allowed on oval. So the hybrid becomes sort of the alternative accelerant to come into it, which I like personally as well. It gave it a little bit of an interesting oomph to the racing action, because it just got boring on the ovals last year before we got the hybrid in.
At least we're enjoying the racing so far, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Been a difficult day. NASCAR till 4 AM was not the most 100% on the board. That took a long time to come into. When did you be with Sputnik?
Going back to what we were saying about the Dutch Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, go on.
F1 Academy is back. F1 Academy in for their latest rounds. I've just seen, I think that was Malukas and Player putting a lap on, I think that's it's like Graham Rahal putting a lap on.
Abel and now Rahal, yeah. So they're putting a lap on them both coming through. Rahal, of course, he spun, caused that second caution, but it was a slide. We didn't need a yellow on that front, in all honesty. 40 down to 250. That's by quite. We've only been racing, well, 40 laps now. I'm trying to see how long the total race time is. 21 minutes we've been racing so far. So not actually as much as we thought it would be. 210 laps to go. Let's just open up the lap timer to show you the laps, not as well as onside remaining. We can flick between the two here. Always an advantage when having the team open up. Get by so much faster now coming through.
And Polo's coming through with JB on Malukas, and I think that's slam dunk.
So that lap traffic has not helped Malukas at all. And now Polo retakes the lead of the race on lap 41 to 42. Lead changes again, unless Malukas needs to start saving fuel. This is the problem with racing in the Milwaukee Mile. You'll just get a traction point where you just can't pass anymore. But Rahul's still ahead of them both. And he held up Malukas, so now we're going to see Polo get held up. So Malukas might not be out of it just yet.
McLaughlin isn't too far back either from this. See, not quite a lot of overtaking happening right now, but Polo is back in his customary position at the head of the pack. I wonder what Malukas will be thinking at this point now. Does he decide to save fuel and save the tyres?
I hope he's not punching the steering wheel. He just wants to go. He needs to keep his eyes focused, because David Malukas does really well on these ovals. We saw what he did at Gateway. How important he can be. Just going back to Nathan's comment here, he said it had to grow on me, JP. The split had to grow on me because I was used to it being unified, but I look at the growth and it's great. It's wild that when I was a kid, I was watching Michael Andretti, Bobby Rahal. Now I see their kids racing as well. I completely get that as well. Bobby Rahal, of course, was the for a single season in 2001, he was the Jaguar team principal in Formula One as well. And when they went to Indianapolis, everybody was Jaguar fans because of Bobby. It was quite unusual to see. And now Graham's racing out here as well. We've had Marco Andretti racing, and that wonderful shot a couple of years ago in the COVID year, 2020, where we had Mario Andretti in the two-seater at the front of the field, Michael Andretti driving the pace car, and Marco Andretti on pole position for the 500. So 3 Andrettis at the front of the field. It was a wonderful day to be on the commentary call for that one, as we now see lap traffic starting to close in one sport. It's at 46 to 250 here for the Milwaukee Mile. Slowly catching.
In relation to this season's calendar, we've just got the one round Super Speedway next weekend to round off the season. Why do INDYCAR finish their campaign? Well, that's part of US's broadcast schedule with many sports over in the States. Considering the likes of American football, NBA, NHL, you name them all. It's to help accommodate those particular sports.
Should be a little bit easier next season. As lap traffic getting in the way, that's Kiffin Simpson. Dropping down a couple more places. Simpson's in 20. That's Rahal passing Simpson. And Polo going through as well. So Rahal's using the fact that he's got the push from Polo to move up the field. And Simpson's dropped down massively. Alexander Rossi is coming into the pit lane though. So he's our first one to box. He's running in 14th position on the field. And now he'll come down low into pit lane. Let's see if we've got ready. No, that's going to be Tom Gaymore on the commentary call. As they still run in nicely. Lap 49 of 250. Still got to keep it going. Polo passes finally Rahal now as well. Yeah, that was quite slow. Yeah, go on.
It took some time to get by Rahal, so this is Rossi, by the looks of it, has just come into the pits for his first, and he gets back out in the race. Well, obviously, with it being such a short quarter, he'll go down a lap on the leader, but this is the thing. With it being an oval, do you get the benefit of a lucky dog when the caution comes out? If you're the highest of the back markers, do you get the opportunity to get back on the lead lap?
Yes. Yeah, no, simple as that, yeah. So it's such a short lap here at 23 seconds. If you're a lap down and just go 2 laps longer, you can get a lap ahead of the guys who pit for the lead. So then you become the one to have the advantage at the front of the field. So it's a big sort of surround game you've got to try and play, which kind of makes sense coming into it as well. Lap 52 of 250. Ward's just got ahead of Power, and I need to charge up my phone. So all's well that ends well so far as we get towards our first pit stop cycles here at the Milwaukee Mile. There's oh, okay. I've lost television pictures, but I know you can still see them on the Discord picture. So that's a little bit of a surprise. I've lost picture and audio, so I'm going off what I'm seeing on the Discord call, which Alex Palou in the lead of the race right now. I've no idea what's happened. It's like the whole thing's blown up. Oh, okay.
Well, whilst I'll let you deal with. Yeah, whilst I'll let you deal with that, we'll focus on the action involving Alex Palou, who's continuing to lead by over 2.5 seconds on David Malukas. Scott McLaughlin is continuing to drop back. That's probably him being held up in the traffic. We've got pit lane activity over at Arrow McLaren, and it's Christian Lundgaard who's come into the pits for his latest addition of fuel and tyres. Kiffin Simpson also coming in for his latest stop. So they're out now. There's a couple more cars coming into pit road as we speak, or it might have been those two that just come in. Meanwhile, Palou is coming up behind one of the Premers. There's the number 66 in the pit lane, Marcus Armstrong, and also the 30 of Devlin DiFrancesco heading into pit road. And we are looking at the number 12 of Willpower, race winner last time out in Portland, heading in. And what tyres are going to go on here? Well, that looks like, are those the reds that are going on the Team Penske car? Or is it the whites? I can't quite see from that angle. Either way, he's out on his way. And the Firestone put on the car. And I have lost pictures over at my end very briefly, but they come back on now. And now they've gone off, and now they've gone off again.
That is the strangest experience I've ever seen.
Oh. Sorry, just to interrupt, there was an unsafe release involving the number 3. It was that Scott McLaughlin who was being released there, because he's just come in his latest stop, I believe. So there may be some latency there. We'll get a replay of it very shortly as Palou continued to pick his way through the traffic. There we look at what looks like the 7, is it, of Stingray Rob, who's come in for his latest stop. Or is it someone quite steep? No, I think Stingray.
Let's check down the
might be.
I've got Stingray Rob in between them, so that's worked out brilliantly for Willpower. The new tyres, the grippy, faster tyres, making an immediate impact for those who came in first.
So where does Connor Daly come out relative to those that pitted earlier for fresher tyres?
I'll tell you what they've been doing, guys, is they've been watching Alexander Rossi. And if you look, he's right now behind Scott McLaughlin, so it's worked out well for him as the leader is in, Kev.
Oh, numerically, they have a chance at doing it on 2 more stops. But remember how much caution there was as the top 2 come in, and they are pitted right next to each other. Alex Palou will have to weave out after getting Shell 100% beautiful fuel and Firestones, and then David Malukas will follow him from AJ Foyt Racing.
That's pretty interesting because Alex Palou, I think, pitted in no man's zone. I think he's now on a 4-stopper because the pace was falling off so much. Where does he come out, Will?
Well, here comes Palou, and here comes McLaughlin onto the backstretch. McLaughlin will have his tyres up to temperature.
So that's going to be easy. McLaughlin's going to start pushing in. Foster's got the net lead of the race at the moment as we return up to commentary box pictures. Now the setup's working again. Still running in slow as they come into it, but this is going to be a fantastic one. So there's McLaughlin on the hard compound. Remember, there's no alternative tyre or anything. It's just the black primaries, one set. So as soon as you get that up to speed, it's going to be the run, and it's still looking so strong coming into it. And now that's Foster diving down pit road. So the race lead is now back to Palou, then McLaughlin, Malukas, Rossi, Power, O'Ward, Lundgaard. This is the thing with the first pit stops, that it's going to just completely change everything. Riding on board with Scotty Mack. Well, hello, I heard someone slide round there.
Okay.
Go on, Tom, go on.
Is that over at pit road?
Yeah.
Is that over at road where someone may be leaving tyre marks in the pit lane? That could be what it is.
Let's have a look at Dixon. Oi, unsafe release you mentioned.
Oh, that... Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen it. So Dixon coming in. I can see he got loose by. So once again, it changes. Penalty McLaughlin.
Yeah, he's given a penalty now.
Wow. Man in P2 has a penalty for the unsafe release. So Scotty Mack in big trouble here. That'll put Malukas back up into second position. Colton Hurts at the moment, plus 15. Lundgaard plus 10. Rossi plus 8. Rosenquist plus 4, the same as Ferrucci. So it's changed up again.
Well, McLaughlin may be running in second place, but it won't be there for long. Is there a window to when you need to put in to serve that penalty, JB, or will it be, as you say, his next stop?
It'll be another 3 laps that have to come through. JT could probably answer that more for us. He's got more information about that when we get to him shortly. But yeah, I'd say he's got 3 laps to do it. He's staying in now. It's a short lap time here, so maybe it's doubled up for short track racing, but he's right behind lapping traffic.
Lap 65 out of 250 in this Milwaukee Mile event, the penultimate round of the INDYCAR Series of 2025. And we're looking at a replay here. This is McLaughlin and Malukas coming through the first bend. Now something come off Malukas' car as he brushes the wall, but it's only ever so slight, isn't it?
Slightest of kisses, getting loose on the high line coming through turn 2. Huge wing change for Rossi there, says Walt Palmer. Hello, mate, seen you for a while. On my wall, Jamie, back in the day, I had 2 driving persons. One was Bobby Ray Hall and Dale Senior for NASCAR as well as Nathan. Oh, that was a fantastic one. Lowe still going stronger at the front of the field. 1 hour 56 to go in the IMSA GT Challenge that you can watch alongside us here on JB Motorsports tonight. They're at Virginia International Raceway. Talks maybe of INDYCAR going to Virginia. That could be a nice little run. Mr. Palou?
Next to 1 for a few laps. I need to take care of these tires.
Alex.
Okay, so Palou wants to take care of the tyres. I don't want to go too long. Not a bad situation. Not a bad run, actually, from what we were expecting. Palou, McLaughlin, Malukas, Rossi, Power Award, Lundgaard, 1 to 7. 8 takes it through Daly, Herder in 9. Kirkwood puts it in 10th place. Still, I mean, I think this race is quite energetic, to be fair. It's getting quite good. Let's have a complete recap, though, while we lost picture. Let's head down to Sky F1 and Tom Damore.
Scotty Mack and the Thirsty Threes looking to change his fortunes in the championship standings, and with that undercut he's currently in a strong position, but he's got his wing mirrors full of David Malukas as opposed to catching that man Alex Palou. For Scott McLaughlin, he's finished 4th, 3rd and 3rd in the last 3 years in the standings. As I said, currently 11th. Hasn't been the year he was hoping for, but is today the day that he can drive that car into victory lane. This was actually his 2nd oval win of his career, this time last year for Scott McLaughlin. He goes well at Milwaukee, and the undercut, the fascinating element of that part of the race was when Rossi came in with the early yellows that we had, it looked as though everyone was trying to do this on a 3-stopper. They may still be able to do that with yellows in the future. But when the undercut happened, when Rossi blinked and some of the others started to do the same, the whole field, it was a knee-jerk reaction off of that 3-stopper onto the 4-stopper. Get in, don't be exposed by the yellow, but use the pace of those sticker Firestones. And that has turned the race not on its head, but it's made it very, very interesting as we look at your race leader, Alex Palou. Palou just having a look at Stingray Rob, who found the wall there on the exit in free practice or final practice yesterday evening. Stingray Rob was battling with Palou, trying to unlap himself before Palou blinked and got into pit lane for a new set of tyres. His advantage is 6 seconds. Malukas is 3rd. Rossi, who was the big mover and shaker in that window, went for the undercut and has pretty much made 6, 7, 8 spots up. He currently runs 4th off the back of his most well, his best finish of the season last time out in Portland, riding the crest of a wave. That was a bold move from him and his strategy team. So the Ed Carpenter car up in 4th. Will Power has benefited up in 5th. He's finally got ahead of Pato O'Ward, and there is Will Power now starting to try to put Alexander Rossi under pressure. Power has pace. He's been in the wheel tracks of the car in front of him, just can't get the passes done.
Lap 77 of 250 here, as they come into it, by lap 78. On board with Will Power running through the field. Just, again, it's cautious, wild and accelerating, trying just to have more oomph. What is going on with our graphics? I do apologise. We press the buttons and the graphics just aren't working. I think my system's having a bit of a meltdown because it's been on too long over the weekend. Anyway, back now, on board with Power, running in 5th place, closing in to Rossi. Could also be that I'm just tired. That's another factor as well to try and make sense of it all. It's that type of strange day. Look at the marks though, Tom, at the exit of the course. It's getting insane.
There's a lot of marbles on there as well. It's a matter of time before someone catches those marbles and has a little brush with the barrier. Pelot is unfazed at the moment by that, as he continues to pick his way through the traffic as we approach the 3rd way mark here. And Alex Pelot got in for his 9th win of the season. And he's aiming to equal the all-time record for the most number of wins in an IndyCar campaign by one driver.
He's got the chance to. He's got to win here this weekend and next weekend at Nashville. So ovals, which historically haven't been Pelot's super suit, have really changed this season, especially with his victory at the Indianapolis 500. The most unpredictable race was won by the most predictable driver, which I just found absolutely hilarious coming through. Race time just getting to the swing of things now, to the first phase of green flag pit stops. Already the tyre's done 23, 26 laps. You do 3 laps per minute here. So that's why we're, what was it, 39 minutes in and we've done 82 of 250. That's why a couple of years ago, it used to be a 500-mile race and we ran them across 2 days, the Saturday and Sunday last year. This year, just the one single race for the Milwaukee Mile. Kind of makes sense because, you know, it keeps having problems upon problems. I'm surprised about Joseph Newgarden, our oval specialist. There's everything for a job.
So we're just trying to start from the ticket. Yeah, copy that.
Oh, so he's not going to give up a position. Alex Rossi didn't want to give up a position.
No one is giving up positions. It's getting a little bit... Oh, Daly's reporting a loss of rear traction. So Daly's saying there's some rear traction loose on that car. We'll keep an eye on if that changes factors coming into this. 83 down, Pelot, McLaughlin, Malukas, 1, 2, 3, Power, Rossi, O'Ward, Lundgaard, Daly, Hertzer, Kirkwood has the top 10 as we continue to ride in style this strange weekend. Let's check in then as well. Coming in, Walt Palmer says, just like last year, 2-3 lane racing here, coming back to Milwaukee has been great. Wish I was there, but I was at Portland, and you're going out to Nashville next week. Oh, fantastic, mate. Enjoy Nashville, Music City. Megan is very disappointed that we're not on the street course anymore. She loved that race. But the oval makes up for it in many respects as well for chaotic racing. And now we're watching Ferrucci about to be passed by Pelot, Tom. So it's becoming a predictable race that Pelot's 7 seconds ahead of everybody else.
Well, he's making it look easy at the moment. McLaughlin still hasn't served his penalty yet. So I wonder if it's over at the next stop.
That's because there is no penalty, guys.
When did that happen? When was that recalled?
It was called as no penalty.
It came up as penalty on our monitor. The Fox timing screen said penalty. Oh, so it's no penalty. Okay, thank you, JT. He's down there for us.
I've been messaging you, JB, for the past 5-10 minutes about it.
I have not got any device I can have it open. I will get to it. I have to reply to a mountain of messages as well coming throughout the broadcast. Herta to 9. So no penalty for McLaughlin. Very good, very good. Look at Herta though, started 24th into P9 as it currently stands. 6.6 seconds as well, the advantage at this current moment. Okay, I'll admit it, this race has sort of gone flat dead. Let's have a look at power then. Oh, he got close, and Power trying to lap Rahal, who's going super slow onto green flag running. Power gets loose and almost runs into the back of him. What's going on there? Graham, use your mirrors.
The official word from race control is that at 7:51 p.m. BST, the interaction between car 3 and car 9 in pit lane is under review. Then at 7:52, the incident between the 3 and the 9 has been reviewed, no action.
How do you get these messages and I can't? Where are you reading them from?
The same place you get them from, Twitter.
Oh, right, okay, great. INDYCAR used to have messages that flash up on the screen, but then they changed their app and we don't get them anymore. So I'm a bit frustrated about that. Twitter dooms us all. As the race continues on.
The fact that Power got held up behind Rahal explains why Rossi got ahead of him then, JB.
Yeah, Rossi jumped incredibly, and Rahal had a slide as well. That's why he's held up Power, and Rossi just took on the inside line. So Rahal also had that little bit of a failure moment, so I feel a bit bad for him. Oh, this is Santino Ferrucci catching the beer back at Road America. And he's got beers here again. So again, just in case, he gifted that very same fan who threw him a beer, a case of beer. Ferrucci's trying to make you like him, and I think, you know, he's changing a little bit since his European days.
I wouldn't say that he's fully matured yet, though.
No,
but
yet.
I feel like when the time comes, maybe like in the next 10 years or something, he'll be a different man.
He's going to be, hopefully, in contention for the Indy 500 as well. Okay. If you get race control on the app, that's usually a great way to follow the penalties. I've got the app open, so I haven't got this, but race control's not there. Okay, we're off to a break. Let's join Tom Gaymore on lap 94, 250 here at Milwaukee.
Yeah, pretty interesting looking at the lower echelons of the top 10. Colton Herta now inside the top 10 in 9th place ahead of his teammate Carl Kirkwood. Now, Carl Kirkwood started 6th. Colton Herta started 24th. So Herta now the lead Andretti car. He's just behind Connor Daly. Now, Connor was a driver that was one of the first to blink on the undercut. Should have benefited when he was running in sort of 4th place and didn't. I don't know if he had a slow stop or what happened, but finds himself down in 8th place. Christian Lundgaard, who was one of the last runners, one of the first runners to stop, 42 laps since his last stop, up into 7th place. So he was one of the runners like Alexander Rossi, who was one of the first to stop with the undercut, who really leapfrogged the rest of the field. Now, expect the rest of the field to be pretty wise to that undercut on this next run of pit stops. And because we're running green, this is looking more and more like a 4-stopper, but let's wait and see. As Alex Palou leads the field by 4.5 seconds here. Scott McLaughlin it is who's still in 2nd place. That's Jacob Abel and the Miller Lite car ahead. Celebrating 50 years, of course, with that livery. We get some exposure now with the race leader up behind the Dale Coyne machine. And just ahead of that, Marcus Armstrong. Marcus Armstrong running the St. Thomas University livery. Students having won a competition to design his race suit. Now, was that VK into pit lane? Yeah, it was. Rinus VeeKay, 45 laps since his last stop. He definitely was one of the runners to stop early with the undercut. So are we going to be now into the second rung of pit stops? VeeKay opting to try and go early. Only 45 laps in. So good 5 laps short of what you would expect from those runners. As we continue to follow the DHL machine, the Chip Ganassi car of Alex Palou. Alex Palou now with 19 wins for Chip Ganassi, overtaking Alex Zanardi, Dario Franchitti and Juan Pablo Montoya with the...
Welcome back to NTT IndyCar Series racing from Milwaukee, live on Fox. Will Buxton, James Hinchcliffe, Townsend, Bell, Alex Palou leading by 4.2 seconds now from David Malukas, but having to make, from Scott McLaughlin, my apologies, but having to make his way back through traffic, trying to put a couple of cars 2 laps down, and now O'Ward and Power jump to pit lane to try to force the issue and take everyone back to stops. Kevin.
We've got our answer on strategy from these two. To do it on 4 stops, you need to average 50 laps per stint, and they're right on that. And they had a lot of caution. Power down, a little further up pit lane towards pit out. Otto O'Ward is also out, so the tire wear is high today.
Alexander Rossi is in, Lundgaard is in, we've got one of the Premas in as well. And as we learned from the first stops, the earlier you stop, the greater your advantage compared to all of your rivals.
I'm a little surprised that Alex Palou's hanging out here in lap traffic as Alexander Rossi just finished, Kev.
Another good day for Rossi as we also see Christian Lundgaard coming into this point. Rossi had his best finish at Portland a couple of weeks ago and legit running in the top 5 for today before these stops.
Not a great stop there from Lundgaard. Rossi, he pit earlier, so he had to have a slightly longer stop, a little more fuel going in that car, but 6 seconds for Power and O'Ward. That shows you that that wasn't a full fill because these guys were pitting off of tires, not off of fuel.
Wow, look, everyone's in. Look at this. McLaughlin, Malukas, Herta, Newgarden, Palou, they're all diving in now.
Leaders to pit, Georgia.
Scott McLaughlin said he was struggling to get off the corner during that stint.
Caution's out, caution's out. Sorry to get a caution, Georgia. We've got a yellow flag out in the field. Don't know why as of yet. Someone spun it and got into the wall. So the full course yellow is out as Malukas then will go through. Malukas can't get refired. Malukas has stalled it, but he's done it at the perfect time. As the caution is out, someone's in the wall. It's Power! Power's spun it.
Tire's not up on.
Yeah, you're right. Power's come loose, and the caution comes out. Now the pit lane will close, so everyone who's come in now has done the perfect thing. Now as Power had a moment, and the rear's not connected, and Palou gets out ahead of Malukas, but I'd like to point out that Palou pitted after, so Palou has just lapped Malukas in the pit lane. Wow! Yeah, the rear tyre, you're spot on, Tom. It's not connected for Will Power. Great spot. Let's take a look at it. So out of 2, I'm expecting to see the rear snap on him. He's trying to pass Kiffin Simpson, and he's hit the wall as well. Drifts up in the wall. Look, so the rear suspension's already down because the tyre's not connected properly, and it's just drifted onto the wall and broke the other side. So that's 2 rear suspensions broken.
And that'll be a big fine coming in the way of Team Penske if that tyre was released in an unsafe condition.
He hit the wall again. Yeah. So the toe link on the right side is broke. I don't think that tyre was connected at all properly. And then he spun round and broken the left. Front right wasn't working, and they had to get a new gun, and then he stalled it. So Malukas has had a Telber pit stop out there. Wow.
I wouldn't have wanted to be that cameraman.
Yeah.
Standing in the way of the crew there. But yeah, that's a really bizarre incident. I want to see a replay as to whether that tyre of Powers was put on properly by his crew.
Yeah.
Pit. Go for it.
Kiffin Simpson effing drove me, then effing put me in the effing marbles.
Doesn't explain why the other side was broken though. I think he's blamed Simpson there, but I'm right with Tom. I want to see another replay of that. Okay. Go on, Tom.
Was it Scott McLaughlin who left? It was in Toronto where he left his box and one of the tyres wasn't put on properly.
Got a drive-through, didn't you? And a hole, I believe, as well, remember me. Okay. Let's head back to Tom Gamble.
At Gateway, and then a mistake dropped him back. I think it was to 12th, and now here he is going a lap down through no fault of his own, just an equipment failure with that outside front wheel changer and his gun. And now David Malukas has a huge fight on his hands. Will he get the wave around is what I'm thinking. He's a lap down. Car to be a lap down. This is a replay of, well, it was a replay of what was going on. We've just cut away from that, but we're under caution. Third caution of the race, 108 laps completed, and it's because Will Power in that Team Penske machine managed to find the wall, trying to go to the high sides of Kiffin Simpson, but they're already very, very high on the exit of 2, running that high line in the middle of the track. And those marbles up there, well, it paid ends to Will Power's race because he clattered the wall and then went into turn 3 at a rate of knots, clattered the wall there and spun to the inside. And it was Alex Palou who'd already hit pit lane. I think it was T. Bell saying, I'm surprised Alex Palou is staying out, and well, that was extremely lucky. So Palou picks up the safety car now. The road sweepers are out to try and improve track conditions for that high line, but most of the passing here will be done either by running the white line further down in that low line or getting the run around the outside, pinning someone else to the low line on the corner entry as we ride on board with the stricken Team Penske machine, the Chevrolet car and Will Power. What a sorry sight that is as he heads behind the wall. His day is done here at Milwaukee.
Caution's out. Let's check in with our Fox colleagues then as Alex Palou leads from Scott Dixon in second. Chip Ganassi 1-2.
Fox College Football Friday is back, and it's under the lights in prime time. This week, it's an SEC Big 12 showdown as Auburn takes on Baylor. Friday night, 8 Eastern on Fox. Alex Palou leads his teammates Scott Dixon, Armstrong, DiFrancesco and Rosenquist.
Oh, we've lost the international signal from the audio. Okay, I guess that means we start talking. That's always fun.
Well, thanks to everyone who's been getting in touch on social media. I'm across X, BlueSky and Instagram at Tom Gaymore, Gaymor. Any questions that you may have, I'll try and get those read out and answered. Sky INDYCAR audience getting together for another Sunday, the penultimate weekend of this 2025 NTT IndyCar season. What an IndyCar season it has been, dominated by Alex Palou. And as we saw at the top of the program, Alex Palou trying to match the record set by AJ Foyt and Al Unser, and two of the most famous names ever in terms of IndyCar history. Well, some good stats when it comes to Alex Palou. This weekend, Palou has a chance to become the first Indy winner to win Milwaukee in the same year since Juan Pablo Montoya in 2000. Prior to Montoya, it was Al Unser Jr. in 1994 with Team Penske. On board with Scott Dixon now. He's probably looking at a free-stopper because of this extended yellow. He's clutching it, so he's trying to save fuel just to keep an option open should he need to jump ship. Going to be heavily compromised now with that yellow coming out. Obviously, he's going to pit under green and go a lap down. That's what it looks like. As it stands, Alex Palou it is, who leads from Scott Dixon, Armstrong, Di Francesco and Rosenquist. Expect them to stop. Then Scott McLaughlin will move up to second. Pato O'Ward up to third, with Alexander Rossi staying there in fifth. Kiffin Simpson, well, he's going to stop again because he's the outlier, having had that stop and sort of fill it up at the beginning. I think he's got 6-2 laps, currently in 9th place. I think we're about to go green here though at Milwaukee, so let's head back to our...
We are indeed ready to go back racing here. Pit road, Will Power.
IndyCar Series racing live on Fox. You have missed not a thing, as the pit lane not yet open, except now. As we return, it is, and all those drivers yet to stop take the opportunity to come in and take on fresh 100% renewable Shell fuel and tyres. And Alex Palou will lead from Scott McLaughlin.
More pit stops coming in.
Pretty sporty stop there for Marcus Armstrong and the Meyer-Shank team, right with Scott Dixon, but Dixon's going to beat him out.
It's fascinating to see Scott Dixon, as ever, saving fuel under the caution. Will Power, of course, had that incident out on track, which brought us under caution. His car is down in the team area, being worked on, so he's not out on track as it stands. Potentially staring another DNF in the face.
And how about this? From 2020 to 2024, 0 wins for Palou. So far this year, he's won half of them, and he's well on his way to another. Georgia.
Well, everyone has their own story in motorsports, and for Jason York, air jack for Dixon, he was a driver before that. He just got inducted yesterday into the Northern California Auto Racing Hall of Fame. Obviously, with his duties here on the 9 team, he couldn't be there, and his wife, Julie, accepted that award. But in doing so, and the team knew how special it was, Blair Julian, manager for the team, they created their own award for him, and Scott Dixon presented it to him earlier today. So one big, happy family down here in the 9 team, something very special.
Cheers, Georgia. Right, let's get racing once more, shall we? Lap 118 and 250. We're approaching halfway, and we need to get some racing. Alex Palou is still in command here. Alongside him is going to be Scotty Mack, then Pato O'Ward, Christian Lundgaard. We're down to 25 runners here at the Milwaukee Miles. Time once more. Count them in and go racing. Green flag is back out at Milwaukee. Look at Malukas, he's managed to get back up there, but he's a lap down now in 17th place. So the field top is still very much spread out as they try and lap the traffic once more.
Yeah, this is the problem when so many cars are out of position as well with these lap machines. So this could lead to something big if they're not careful. And we're seeing Christian Lundgaard and Alex Rossi get round the Prema. I think is that Robert Schwartzman they've just gone by to lap. Well, they're both through now at last, and it looks like Lundgaard's going to have a run on Rossi at turn 1, and that's him through into 4th place. Pato O'Ward's trying to make his way through the lapped back marker of Louis Foster. As he goes after McLaughlin and Alex Palou, who's already built up a very comfortable 3-second gap.
So we're coaching halfway with an hour in. So those cautions that we've had so far tonight has put us pretty much 15-20 minutes behind schedule, so if we go green to the end, that could be inside the next 45 to 50 minutes that we'll have this race sorted. So, out of the race confirmed is Power and Siegel, a lap down, just to make that official for you as well. On this monitor is going to be Graham Rahal, Jacob Abel, Callum Island, Robert Schwartzman, Louis Foster, Santino Ferrucci, Stingray Robb, Marcus Ericsson, David Malukas. That is the drivers, a lap down as things stand. So the last one on lap is Newgarden's making a move.
Yeah, Newgarden's absolutely flying, I have to say, because he's gone by Rossi and Lundgaard on the last lap alone, and now he's fancying a go on O'Ward. How is Newgarden coming to life? Is it because it's on lighter amount of fuel or on better tyres? What could it be?
It's he's on fresher. Let's have a look. Fresher tyres. Let's have a look. Newgarden is on 19 lap-old tyres. Now 20. Everyone else on 23, 22. So it's pretty much the same. But he has got 26% of the hybrid boost, so he's using more. He's got higher RPM, and he's also keeping his foot to the floor. I'm looking at the throttle pedal brake mapping on our timing screen up here in the commentary box. He's not pressing the brake at all. He's completely on throttle as he goes to the inside to get into third place ahead of O'Ward, but he's run out of hybrid power as well. He's just basically put his foot to the floor, not lifted.
We'll see how his strategies play out. Newgarden last pitted in. That has to be. Ooh, how long ago were we talking? I think 21 laps ago when he pitted in. I think it must have been. So he must have pitted in during that last caution.
Cautions breed cautions. That's one thing we've realised here with this series. So I'm never of the opinion that this is going to be an easy task and an easy job for anybody, because it could easily just change in a heartbeat here. Palou leads by 3 seconds now to McLaughlin and Newgarden. They're coming up. Here comes Scott Dixon, who was in a position to be second early on in this strategy, came into the pits. Now he's battling further back in the field as well. He's running. I need to move my timing screen in order to see and turn the brightness up. That might help. Dixon is running down in 12th position, battling with Rasmussen, and they've got Kyle Kirkwood just ahead of him. So they're still in the game. They're not out of it just yet. We are past half distance.
Penalty notice for Christian Rasmussen. Now, we didn't see what the reason was. So I wonder if JT can maybe find that out for us, why Rasmussen has been given a penalty. I don't know if that's for speeding in the pit lane.
Currently sitting 11th on track. It's Kyle Kirkwood ahead of us.
Thought we might hear something from the world feed there, because we're on board with Rasmussen now.
It's going through on Kirkwood here.
To the inside line, Kirkwood got sent up high, and he goes through. Rasmussen's through. So, and yeah, well, not going to high. Rasmussen trying to swing it down low to get the inside line. Still a bit of traction on the through together. Wheel to wheel, the high line going to pay off more into turn one. 3 lines of racing. It's pretty much how we have to sort of accept this track to go. I'm enjoying the race. It's energetic, it's powerful. But I still think we need a bit of a twitch around. Again, just looping. Nathan says, by the way, I don't think the camera person should have been in the way of the pit crew. I agree. I'm with you both, you and Tom, on that. It's the wrong call to be in at that stage of proceedings. Let's have a replay. This is Rasmussen getting loose. Exit of 2, massive oversteer to save. So just they're all trying to hold it together and save it. Rasmussen running now right behind, still in 11th position with Kirkwood in 10th. So he's the push to pass, not use the hybrid power to come into it. Now, this is one of the closest battles we've got on the circuit. Don't forget, Simpson is 16th, is the last driver on the lead lap. Everybody else is a lap down, including Malukas, after that issues down on pit road when the caution came out. Got unlucky with that caution massively, I'll point out as well. A little bit wide, a little bit sliding. Dixon's closing in as well. Dixon does run in 12th for Chip Ganassi Racing. Closing down Rasmussen for Ed Carpenter Racing. As we go now on to lap 133. This is 117 to go. Everyone's fighting for that mix at turn 2. You have to lift and close. It's more like a road course corner, these ovals. And that's the challenge, Tom, isn't it? It's a good balance.
Well, Palou stretching out the margin to over 5 seconds on McLaughlin. Newgarden's beginning to drop back, probably because of the lapped traffic. And we'll wait to see how the strategy is going to play out for those further ahead. The top 16 are all... Well, it was a kick-off oversteer from Rasmussen, wasn't it?
Just get loose out too. He's been doing that all day. It's not been the most successful run. Hurt and are in it together.
We're into the second half of the race of this one, and it feels to me like it's kind of calmed down, hasn't it, since the restart?
Yeah. It's one of these races, again, where they just sort of holding it through. Let's take a replay to qualify. This is the boys. This was her to spin.
But two, throttling the thing, just pedaling it, trying to keep it off the wall. Cannot believe he didn't hit anything.
Listen here. Sounds like a 12-year-old with his first jet ski.
But did what he had to do to stop the damage. Frustrated with himself for the mistake. He said he didn't quite have as much pace in the car as they were hoping up to that point in the weekend. Final practice, leaned on his teammates a little bit, and they've clearly got the setup in a place where Colton is happy.
12-year-old with their jet ski must be the most Malibu thing I think I've ever heard you say, Townsend.
It is a little wop-wop on the throttle.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? Lap 139, then the race is quietening down as Alex Palou leads with 112 to go. Let's check in with Tom.
Yeah, if you're of a nervous disposition, do not go on board with Christian Rasmussen. How is he going to make those rear tyres last? 34 laps since his last stop, about 34, 35 laps since the last stop of all the runners. So we're about 15, 16 laps away from the next phase of pit stops, and it's still Alex Palou. Scotty Matt can't close that gap. 6 seconds as Joseph Newgarden makes it. 2 Team Penske cars in the top 3, having made a move on Pato O'Ward. The arch rivals, Joseph Newgarden and Pato O'Ward. How many times have we seen them duke it out on an oval?
Oh, engine blow, and that's the 90. Callum Ilot's going to make it down the pit road, but a little bit of a bang, and he is out of the race with an engine blow up. Such a disappointment. Can they get it restarted? Even though it's blown up, Tom, that could be simple as looking at it, it's launching itself, isn't it? So they've had to put the extinguisher on it. He's done for the day. Caution's out. Full course yellow. Is this for oil? As Palou goes down the inside line, lapping more traffic. Yellow flags are out. We have no information as to why yet. They've just come out on our monitors. There we go. I believe it's for possible oil on the track.
Yep. Well, we haven't seen the oil yet, but we'll see maybe on a close-up where the oil actually is at, presumably on the exit of the last corner where Ilott would have been circulating through. They're just opening the engine cover on Ilot's car just to see where the problems are lying.
It is. Yeah, it's track inspection to make sure there's no oil. So it's the correct call. Ilott is out of the race. Well, I agree with Warphammer here. The 90 providing a metaphor for Kramer's year. Highs and lows. But once again, the caution out then with 107 laps to go.
Mike Cannon, of course. Mike Cannon's popped up again at AJ Foyt, not AJ Foyt, at Dale Coyne Racing this year. That has really helped the likes of Rinus VK, but it hasn't helped Prema as we're under our 4th caution.
The Prema of Callum Ilott gets taken away from pit lane, which he just entered. A little bit on fire, smoke pouring from the back of the Italian car.
You see how right there, out of the left bank of the engine. And so the caution comes out because you just don't know if there's oil on the racetrack. You can't take that risk. Heads up call from race control. This is on board Kyle Kirkwood. And yeah, pop. And that's the last thing you want to see. You even see a little bit of the debris.
There is oil.
You see that residue on the lens.
That's all
of
oil.
Kirkwood. So immediately got to back these things down. Pit lane was closed just to make sure that there was no residual oil or water on the pit in there. So,
but critically for the field, lap 145, so right into the early window to make their 3rd stop. So I expect just about everybody will be coming to pit lane.
They are.
this chance.
See a lot of teams set up. I think it's going to be busy, and this could be a really, really important race off pit lane.
Oh, and Palou jumps in, and Jack, what have you got? Everyone's in. Palou, McLaughlin, Newgarden jumps into his pit stand. We wait for the two McLarens to jump into theirs. Colton Herta is into his spot. How's Palou stop versus Newgarden? It's a nice, oh, it's a little slow getaway from Joseph Newgarden. McLaughlin, does he get away ahead of his teammate? He does, and McLaughlin gets away side by side with Alex Palou, and Palou just narrowly hangs on to the lead.
Very good.
All action down on pit lane, but Palou just about hangs on ahead of Scott McLaughlin and Joseph Newgarden.
Bit of IndyCar trivia here. The last IndyCar Series champion to clinch the series title with 2 races remaining, apart from Alex Palou, Cristiano D'Amato in 2002. Lead change almost in that third sequence of pit stops there. Team Penske giving the 10 crew, Chip Ganassi squad, a run for their money. Just got to the end of pit lane ahead of Scott McLaughlin there, Alex Palou. Joseph Newgarden following suit, as we see behind the Soncio liveried machine. Should see the snap-on car of Joseph Newgarden. There he is. And you just sense that those Team Penske cars are poised. Both of them desperately want to win a race this year. Neither of them have managed to win a race yet this year. Could today be the opportunity they've been waiting for? But it's going to not be easy, because, of course, they've got to get one over on what is looking like one of the greatest IndyCar drivers of all time in Alex Palou. For Joseph Newgarden, he's won at least 1 race in each of the last 10 seasons. 2022, he won 5. He's never won here. Could have won already at Gateway in Iowa. He's got a real opportunity here, and he desperately wants to increase that tally of years where he has won at least 1 race. Well, Alex Palou looking for his 9th win of the season. Then he'll head to Nashville, where his teammate Scott Dixon has more wins than anyone else. So Chip Ganassi have a good car there as well. 149, 150 laps completed under our 4th caution here. Safety car continues to lead the field. Marcus Armstrong, 34 laps since his last stop. He leads the field. Now he's rolling the dice. What he is banking on here is another caution. Cautions breed cautions. How many times have we said that? If you've got that on your IndyCar sheet, that is what he's opted for here. He was the only one not to stop, and that is why he leads the field ahead of Palou and McLaughlin.
AJ Foyt Racing Machine, the issue with the front right wheel gun that saw him go in this very moment a lap down to Alex Palou. Why the moment of the race? Well, because yesterday Malukas came so close to taking his first IndyCar pole. Today, could have been on for his first IndyCar win. Has looked so rapid. Now, though, finds himself a lap down. Kevin on pit lane.
A lap down, but now should get the lap back. He stays out after the lead lap cars pit. So what is going to be fascinating, we know this is a fast car, as Malukas comes in, takes a half a turn of front wing, and will lead this group out, actually second out of this group. How far can he come from the back of the lead lap? Can he get back up and be a factor in this race?
Well, the fascinating part of this now, guys, of course, is that they sweep the track while we're under caution. That high line should be back open again. Those marbles will be washed away. Marcus Armstrong still leads the field, and Can you make sense of this for me, guys? Last time he stopped was lap 115. Those behind him, 30 laps later, so just under this caution. Can Armstrong, I mean, what's this strategic play for him?
I have no idea. He last pitted on 115. His tires are shot. He'll be a sitting duck on this restart, potentially get shoved up high. The track is clean, but I don't get it. James, got any ideas?
Sure don't.
Want to go.
But with one to go at the line, nothing he can do about it now. It's going to be, and here's the thing, T-Bell, you know what it's like when you're at the front of a field with a massive tire disadvantage. It can be so frantic as all these cars are passing you in. You're going to be in a ton of dirty air in no time with no tire grip. This is going to be a hairy few laps here for Marcus Armstrong.
He took us for a ride around this track and the build-up to this race. I've got to say, that was all up.
Yeah, and it was literally... hold on tight, everything's going to go nuts. Going to go nuts again, though, here as we get ready for the restart. Marcus Armstrong from Alex Palou and Scotty Mack will come out of the last corner. We are green flag running again, and this is a lot more better. A packed up restart with everyone on fresher tyres coming through. Paolo is going to power around the outside. Power's going to be in there as well, trying to come back through in the middle of the mix as well. Just getting information that he's on the pit wall now for McLaughlin, and Power has told McLaughlin that the high line on the restart has got more grip than the low line that's been rubbered in all weekend long. So that sweeping traction is actually true. So thanks to that for my info in my ears, for that information, as McLaughlin now uses that advantage to go to second. Newgarden must also be getting free help from his former teammate that was in this race. He's running third. Great restart, Tom.
Yeah, Marcus Armstrong must feel like a snail during the course of that restart, because he's totally swamped by the whole field from the moment the restart took place, and Palou just swooped around the outside straight back into a more familiar position for himself. And so we're seeing the rest of the field go through on Armstrong through turn one on the third lap of this restart. Got 95 laps remaining, and is Alex Palou on his way to his 9th win of the season.
And that info coming to me in my ears as well. Right, the wrong moment I said about Power around the outside as well. You know, McLaughlin pushing down the throttle. Armstrong in 16th place as well, Schwarzer at 16th. Liz Will's doing some good stuff there and helping out the two Penskes that's still in this race. We don't want any of them missing out, but I've got to think Newgarden might be in contention for this race win as well, actually. That could still be something on the front field as a little bit strong there. You're right about Armstrong. He is absolutely lost all forms of traction now as Giffen Simpson goes side by side. Further back with Felix Rosenquist trying to make a couple of moves coming through. Let's take a replay of this restart. Watch as well Palou go around the outside. He powered it through. Then come the two as well with McLaughlin and Newgarden powering right around the outside using all their traction power. Good stuff. And there's Simpson moving to the inside line. Oh, hello. Simpson's going to try, but I don't think he's going to get ahead here as much as you might think. With the on-board now, that says Ferrucci back up as well. The Phoenix car this weekend, not the Sexton livery, that's for road courses. Unfortunately, Ferrucci still ahead of Giffen Simpson then. Lap 160, 90 to go. Now we're seeing the battle we've been having all race long coming through. As round the outside, a stunning move from Rasmussen. Gets on the exit line and breezes past Carl Kirkwood through turn 2. Spectacular, Tom. They're now getting used to it again.
They're now getting used to it, absolutely. Those of the top 22 are all on the lead lap, so it's more now on the lead lap compared to what we had earlier, which is good to see, which opens things up. But there's still potentially another pit stop to come before this race over. That's Rasmussen, a kick of oversteer out of the first hairpin of the course, and lucky to keep going from there.
Let's take a look at what happened with Rasmussen and Daly at the Portland Grand Prix as well. Rasmussen forced Connor off the circuit. He himself then was dragged into it, and then they're going side by side once more. Daly's getting loose. That's with the 26. That's Herta going through at the moment. But the crash at Portland ended up with Daly flying into the barrier at high speed there, which was not the best situation. The car literally bouncing up and down on all fours. And Daly was not happy on Twitter with what was going on. He was really throwing it back. coming into it as well. It was all sorts of drama, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wonder if his team spoke to him about what he posted. Whether they could have, or whether they got a little bit of a ticking off for.
Probably, yeah. On board with Rasmussen once more. Just on the back of Daly. So here we go again then, folks. Take 2 of the rivalry that is sweeping IndyCar. Exactly how long is this traction going to be? Rasmussen had to downshift into 5th as well, now into 4th, and he's really loose coming out of that penultimate corner. I know I jokingly say it, but it is cautionally wildly accelerating, trying to hook the car back together again. As they run in, penultimate corners, turn 3 and 4. Well, it's not even 3 and 4, it's 1 and 2 effectively. It's such a short circuit here. But it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Daly's gone up high. Rasmussen's trying to look for a move. Swinging in low, it's not going to find the traction, but Daly's so slow. Coming up towards turn 3. Rasmussen looks to the inside line. Daly's going to know he's there. He'll remember what happened at Portland. He won't try and do anything stupid. At least we hope he won't. That's the last thing we want.
And this is the closest battle really we've got, as far as we know. On that 167 out of 250, 84 laps remaining before Alex Player heads over the line to complete another lap. And the margin he has over Scott McLaughlin is 9/10 of a second. I don't know how much hybrid Alex Player has got left in there. He's probably preserved his hybrid for later on in the race, should he need it. But he has to think carefully about his fuel strategy, because every time he uses that hybrid, he'll be consuming more fuel.
Yeah, burning it away. The faster you go, the more battery deployment gets put into the car. Although still at the top by over a second now to McLaughlin, 2 seconds back to Newgarden. Yeah, even Nathan says that was a hard hit in Portland. It really was. Still, 169, 80 to go. It's around about half an hour of mentality. If they stay green, that is. It's up to a 2-hour race, which is what we were expecting it to be. 7/10 at the moment on the front. So Palou has lost all speed as he's catching the back of the 77 of Stingray Robb, who's going to be in that side, that lap traffic. Rasmussen again, fighting hard! Gets off racing line coming through turn 3 and 4. He's lost all that traction now to Daly. Never works out well. Still, it's an impressive strategy, it's an impressive run. I'm enjoying this race. Just a reminder.
It hasn't been too bad so far, has it?
No. I think championship decided, we know that. Still a couple of battles brewing, but the main aim, 100%, is going to be just get to the end of the season and then go again for next year. Sort of all the mentality, remembrance that we're coming through. That low line at 3 and 4, causing a couple of problems. Hello, Rasmussen, Newgarden and Rossi, as well as improving on their times. Lap 173, now 174. The cautions have been coming, but so far, in the green flag run, heading towards more green flag pit stops. Here's Gaymore.
Yeah, I see what T-Bell's saying there, but you will be very brave if you can make that amount of laps last on a stint of tyres. You would need yellows to stop you being a sitting duck towards the end. The problem we've seen, and that is indicative of IndyCar racing on short ovals with the lure of the undercut and the curse of the yellow, is if someone does duck in early, then the whole field are exposed and will start to look to make their stop. So when one domino falls, quite a lot of the others will follow. And as we approach that 185 marker, let's wait and see what happens. That gets us in the fuel window. And right now, Christian Rasmussen, this reminds me of the Days of Thunder sketch, Cole Trickle, when he's running his tyres. And they have to have a little bit of a rethink as to how they're going to make their tyres last for the green flag average, because it's more like a rallycross ride, this, from Rasmussen, but he's making it work because the drop-off, you know, we can say all we like about the tyres dropping off. At the moment, he's still in the wheel tracks of Connor Daly. Malukas up another spot, having made his way back onto the lead lap. He's now made his way past one of the Chip Ganassi cars, Scott Dixon in the PM Bank machine. Scott Dixon, of course, a winner here way back in 2009. Do the maths on that one. 16 years ago. Here he is, still at the sharp end. The six-time champ, Scott Dixon. He's not lost any of his speed. Yes, he's got Alex Palou in his stable that, like all sporting greats, moved the bar a little. And now, we saw it in, say, MotoGP with Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez. Now Scott Dixon has to look at what Alex Palou's doing. And for Scott Dixon, it is just his ability to drive the extra weight of the hybrid on such, such a smooth trajectory. Gap now a second between Palou, and he gets his nose chopped off there. Will that give the advantage to Scott McLaughlin?
Yeah, it's going to be closing up now. Palou needs to get ahead of traction here.
To Milwaukee.
Yeah, this is going to get a very dangerous run at the moment, isn't it, Tom? Palou needs to make sure that he can get to the end. So he's got 70 to go. At least another stop coming.
Yeah, and he'll be maybe banking on another caution just to help make up his mind as to when he's going to pit in again.
I think we have to go back to Tom Gaymore. Fox have
right, back on track.
All right, there we go. Fox are having some sort of commercial issue there with their international viewership. Palou, Scotty Mack, and Newgarden are 1, 2, 3 here at Milwaukee. And Palou leading by 50. Well, he's recharging the hybrid power now as well. So he had 50%. Now he's recharging to 61. So now major regen as he goes down the back straight as well. Just the lifting coast works a lot to recharge that battery coming in. There's Newgarden running in third position. Simpson now in the way for Palou, trying to lap him in 20th place. He will go through. Lap traffic now a factor. There's timing scoring of a little glitch. Let's check it with Fox.
This is it, guys. Your ability to just move the car high, low, place it where you need it to get through this lap traffic is absolutely critical. And if McLaughlin can't keep pace, you're just going to see that gap continue to grow.
McLaughlin now has 2 cars between himself and the race leader, and this is where Alex Palou has been so clinical, both today and at previous points this year, in siding his way through the traffic, in finding his way through, picking the right moment and the right moves at the right time. You call him the surgeon, Townsend. It's in races like this where he really brings that to the fore.
Yeah, what's been crazy about this season with Palou is that he has brought outright raw speed, the best speed really, to his game of great racecraft, his team strategy on pit lane. Palou now arguably one of the fastest, maybe the fastest driver in the field week in and week out on all of the circuit types as he puts another driver a lap down that, Felix Rosenqvist. Been scanning pit lane, guys, for any evidence of teams that might look to make a dramatic undercut and take a gamble We see one, but that's Marcus Armstrong, frankly, who's in that no man's zone of strategy.
Well, maybe this is the try something.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tom, as well? We're gonna have another pit stop soon. Probably the next 10 laps to get to the end. Green, it has to be on the green flag. This is going to be a problem. As that's Armstrong into the pit, so he's gone early. He's gone now.
Yeah, Pelot will be wary that he won't want to pit in too soon, because otherwise, if he comes in and then gets the caution comes out, that's going to play into the hands of those who have remained out opposed to him. So yes, you're right. I think within the next 10 to 15 laps, Pelot's got to make his mind up. Do I come in during green flag conditions, or do I gamble on a caution?
This is going to be a big factor coming through. When do you pit? 4 cautions, 5 leaders, 8 lead changes, 24 cars left out of 27 starters. This race blowing up massively here. Pelot once more leading and dominating at the Milwaukee Mile. Less than an hour to go as well in the IMSA GT Challenge, sponsored by Michelin at the Virginia International Raceway, and the full course yellow has gone out over there. So there's been something wrong there. Can't tell you what, unfortunately. I don't have the TV pictures open. We're just running the stream for you. That's also live on JB Motorsports. Riding with McLaughlin. Trying to get through this lap traffic now, Tom. And Scotty Mack can maybe sense a victory, but he's dropped 4 seconds. He's saving fuel. Rossi's in.
Rossi coming into the pits from 5th position. It's clear they will go to the end. He's got to hope that a caution doesn't come out straight away, otherwise it's going to be way out of sync with the rest of the field who are gambling to go further before they pit in, maybe thinking about that all-important caution if there is going to be another one within the next 10 to 15 laps. Pelot's lead is over 4 seconds, trying to stretch out the margin as much as possible so that when he does come in for his stop in under green flag conditions, if that's the case, he can at least try and remain on the lead lap.
Like Townsend talked about earlier, he needs to stay green until everyone else makes their final stop, but that can help him cycle through, and he can run quicker laps right now. How soon will everyone else make their final stop?
I'll tell you, Kevin, right now, Rasmussen's in. So too is Christian Lundgaard. This key for the battle with Connor Daly, because Junkos have been keeping Daly out for longer. But remember, the very first round of stops earlier today, it was Rossi who pulled the pin first. It was Rossi who made up the most positions by doing so. Has he played this perfectly? Have ECR played this perfectly once again by bringing both of their drivers in?
It's going to be fascinating to see how it sort of fares, how these two teams can make this work. We see Dixon's in as well, Rinus VK.
And Rossi just got cut off big time there. You just saw it in frame. That'll hurt him on this undercut as Scott Dixon, teammates to Alex Pelot, comes in. You gotta think Pelot's gonna think about covering here real soon.
Daly is in, Malukas is in as well.
Everyone diving
Tell me
in.
about Connor Daly.
Connor Daly right now is happy with his car. We know how good he is at the restart, so if there happens to be another one, he would absolutely be where I'm placing my money. Kevin.
David Malukas led early, but they had a mishap with the wheel gun on a stop. He lost a lap. Now he's got back on the lead lap, and he got by Scott Dixon. Into the top 10 now. What does David Malukas have to the finish? Meanwhile, Pato Ward is making his final stop as well. I think people like Alex Pelot, who you see in the top of the screen, would like to stay out another 5 laps or so. Tire wear has been massive once you get past about 40 to 45 laps of green, so these cars are going to have a hard time hanging on, Georgia.
McLaughlin still feels loose on exit. He brings the 3 to the attention of his crew. This one is supposed to take him to the end, so they're going to fill it up with shell fuel. And he is down and away.
But with all of that, Scott Dixon's managed to get out ahead of Connor Daly.
But the race leader's diving now in. So is Joseph Newgarden. So the field once again is switching around. This is a big one here at the pit stops. A caution now, like we saw earlier on, will be a big, big problem. Newgarden in.
For the number 2 of Joseph Newgarden. But they have massaged this car throughout every pit stop, and he has been flying. Kevin.
Further up ahead is Alex Pelot making his final stop. He's got 54 laps to go to finish this one off. It is a smooth stop. He is going to have a lap car right in front of him. We'll see how he blends in and how much space they made up by stopping a few laps earlier.
Well, here Ferrucci briefly had the lead of the race and now does so as well. Polo's going to try and get back. So Ferrucci's on 4. Well, Rosenquist is also 47 lap old tyres. Has Ferrucci dived into the pit lane? Yes, he has. So it will be Polo, McLaughlin, Newgarden, still 1, 2, 3 top at the line. Ferrucci inherits the lead of the race, but this is good news. A caution comes out. Admittedly, it's going to be interesting to see if Rosenquist can make this go longer. No, he's boxed now as well, so forget that.
Because well, it's just been overtaken by Polo on circuit before he's even got to pit lane.
Yeah.
Felix Rosenquist. So that is him dropping to, well, pretty much going down a lap, I think, on Polo by the time he comes back out. So it's a straightforward fight between Polo, McLaughlin and Newgarden for the victory here in Milwaukee.
Around about 20 minutes left then for these drivers as we hit lap 200 of 250. Let's just see if we are going to be in this sort of up and down situation. Rosenquist was the last in. Graham Rahal has also come into pit road now. As McLaughlin trying to lap Santino Ferrucci. Again, by the way, let's not forget, Ferrucci's already a lap down on the field. After that initial pit stop. Simpson, just ahead of Newgarden. That's the next one on the track to be lapped. Driver track is coming in incredibly handy today as well. Look at Newgarden sliding around everywhere as he comes out into 3 and 4, up towards the line now. Last time we were on a short track, he had a big accident. Flipped upside down, still kept it together nicely. Oh, and again, the 21 twitching mid-corner. He can't even keep the traction as well, Tom, to keep the position. He's all over the place right now. That was a lap car as well.
Yep. It's not the first time he's done that in this race, as Russellson, with the kick of oversteer through turn 1. And I don't know if that's cold tyres for him, and he hasn't quite tyres up to the optimal window. But now looking at Joseph Newgarden, who's trying to lap Kiffin Simpson, the man from the Cayman Islands, holding up Newgarden. This is not going to please the American one bit as he chases his first win of the season. Like what Tom Gamer was saying, he has picked up a win in each of the last 10 years as Newgarden. That record is under threat unless he can start winning either in this round or the season finale in Nashville.
The good thing is he's an oval specialist, is Joseph Newgarden. Back-to-back Indy 500s and the most oval wins of any other team. Oh, contact! That is between the 7 and the 60. So that's Rosenquist making contact with Lundgaard down the back stretch as, well, that's Newgarden going off racing line down to turn 1 to try and get ahead of Kiffin Simpson, but picking up the dust that's still there on the tight line as well. So Newgarden now on hybrids. You can see him recharging it. He's up to 100%. He's throwing the car in and he's trying to keep it through. What's this? What is he doing? Who's this coming through? What is he doing? We're working on it here. Newgarden pit wall to Simpson. So Newgarden's not happy that Simpson's blocking him. That's the latest in the team pit wall. I see that, Tom, really. Because look, now he's dropped 3 seconds back. McLaughlin's on a charge and Polo is 1.6 ahead. This lap traffic is going to be critical.
Last race for Joseph Newgarden to have won was last year in Madison, Illinois, in the Bomarito Automotive Group 500. Is he going to be able to end that drought? That is 19 races ago since he last won in the INDYCAR series. And he's in 3rd place right now. He hasn't raced this year, just 2 podiums all season, the first being in St. Petersburg in Florida, and the other being in Iowa on the oval course. And he's on course for another podium here, but it's the top step that still eludes him in 2025.
It's really rare, as you said, as well. 19 races. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, the Worldwide Technology Raceway, or commonly known as Gateway. That's where he was leading earlier on this year before that horrific accident where he launched upside down on the start-finish straight. Right as Sanson joined the commentary box as well. He timed it perfectly to come in and help me, as at the time, if I remember correctly, was on 50-something hours no sleep. It was a busy weekend. Attention still running here, though. Polo leading. Team communication.
One thing all.
Oh, we've missed that one coming through. Explo still having the advantage in the front as he's now trying to lap the 14 of Santino Ferrucci in towards turn 3. Ferrucci's going to go around the outside. That's a bit tight. It's a bit cheeky there for Ferrucci to try. Oh, caution's out. No one's around. No!
Connor Daly's dropped places. Has he had a skirmish with the wall somewhere?
No, it's yellow for rain. There is rain drops. I don't believe it. We thought we might get away with it, but the yellow is out for rain. It's the lightest. We won't go red, but it's starting to rain here. And if that is an end of the race, it will get called. But the yellow's out for rain. And look at Newgarden going to Simpson, pointing at him. Now he's passed him under the safety car here, Tom. And that's not allowed, because he's gone to have a word with Simpson, but that's not allowed.
Well, Simpson wasn't obliged to get out of the way at that point, and Newgarden was just fisting to him, saying, "Why were you holding me up?" Yeah, I think there'll be. I wonder what the stewards will say on that one. He'll probably get away with that because he remained behind Simpson. But yes, the yellow flags are out, and that is very strange for rain to be hitting because you can see the sun beaming on the circuit. But it's like one side that is wet, or the other maybe dry.
Strangeness.
JB?
Yeah, go on, JT.
That Kevin Lee and radio report you missed a couple of seconds ago.
Already have gone to find out.
Well, I've been monitoring the Alex Palou radio, and he is wondering how long is this stint compared to the others. Let's listen.
This set of tires has to be about 10 more than the last set. That's the same for everybody. Everyone has to do 10 laps more.
Everyone has to do 10 laps more. Cheers, JT, for that. Caution's out then for rain in the bright sunshine.
The track. Temporary rivers reaching car doors and so forth. But INDYCAR speaking to Wisconsin and State Fair Park. Obviously all clear to run this weekend. Very, very different conditions. As we see the caution out, the 5th caution this time for rain. They're going to sweep the track as well as Alex Palou continues to trundle around behind the Honda pace car. In fact, I think that's the only vehicle that has headed Alex Palou for the majority of this 2025 NTT INDYCAR season. Such has been his dominance. And as I said earlier, that putting him in the same frame as the likes of Al Unser and AJ Foyt, two of the most famous names to grace an INDYCAR paddock. Well, this throws a bit of a spanner in the works because we were just discussing off air whether or not anyone would take tyres, because tyres are so valuable. The drop-off is about 10 miles an hour. You'll be doing 148 average with new tyres and about 138 with old tyres, and that is worth a hell of a lot. And the lead car in that gaggle, Pato O'Ward, both the McLarens in, both the Ed Carpenter cars in. There is Scott Dixon and Felix Rosenqvist getting very close together with Christian Rasmussen, and Alex Palou stays out. Is this going to be a repeat in terms of a strategical mistake? We saw one at Toronto, a rare strategical mistake from Chip Ganassi, Mike Cole and Alex Palou. Will we see the same here? Because we have now got a spanner in the works. Rain that wasn't forecast, a caution out for that rain, a chance to sweep the high line, and here is, on the outside, Rasmussen. The filling in that sandwich is Scott Dixon, and on the inside, Felix Rosenqvist. 3 different teams, of course, and that was all getting a little bit tight at the end of pit lane. 3 into 1 doesn't go. No surprise, it was Rasmussen that Well, he wasn't first out, so he's entitled to stay there. Felix Rosenqvist thinking better of staying alongside Scott Dixon. They managed to live to fight another day. So Polo it is, who doesn't stop. Scott McLaughlin doesn't stop. Neither does Joseph Newgarden, but Pato O'Ward does in fourth. So does Alexander Rossi and Christian Lundgaard, 5th and 6th. Then Rasmussen 7th, Scott Dixon 9th, and so does Malukas. So we have a very, very interesting dynamic developing here at Milwaukee. Is there going to be a sting in the tail when it comes to this race result? Because so far, everything that has been thrown at Alex Palou, well, Chip Ganassi and Mike Hull, they have managed to just navigate the strategy and the on-track placement beautifully. Alex Palou's done his bit, nurse the tyres, stay out of trouble and be quick. And that is why he's at the helm of this field. But with 218 laps to go, 218 laps gone, I should say. 32 laps to go. This is going to be a dash to the checker flag. Don't forget, we saw just how valuable new tyres are at the last restart and set of stops. That was Marcus Armstrong, dropped like a stone at the restart. These runners now, Palou, McLaughlin and Newgarden, well, they got 22 laps on these tyres. Don't forget, about 40% of those are yellow flag running. But Pato O'Ward, Alexander Rossi, Christian Lundgaard, 4th, 5th and 6th and so on, well, they just have no running yet, just yellow flag running on their tyres. But what tyres have they stuck on? Have they stuck on stickers? What was their allocation left?
Up to be a thrilling conclusion to our race today on the oldest track in the world. We've been racing here since 1903, and this could be a race for the ages. Alex Palou, Scott McLaughlin and Joseph Newgarden are 1, 2, 3. Behind them, some lapped cars. But what follows after them is the remainder of the field on fresh tyres. O'Ward in 4th, Rossi in 5th, Lundgaard, Rasmussen, Dixon, Malukas, Armstrong. The list goes on. They will have the pace advantage in their pockets when we go back to green.
But this guy, Pato O'Ward, is the car furthest up right now with the freshies. And that freshie crew is O'Ward, Rossi, Lundgaard, Rasmussen, Dixon, Malukas, who's back in the game. The restart, go all the way back to Daly and Herta. This is going to be absolutely nutso, because as a driver, you can sense opportunity. For Pato O'Ward and Alexander Rossi, a win is in the cards today.
Green flag out soon.
What is going through the mind of Alex Palou leading this race? Occupying the podium positions. Alex Palou, Scott McLaughlin, Joseph Newgarden, they all find themselves on 24, 25 lap old rubber. Sticky, brand new tyres, and with under 30 laps to go, this could get incredible.
I don't know what kind of racing god can give us 5 seconds of rain, but thank you. That was...
I can tell you who it is. It's me. Literally me. My fault. Do apologise because I cursed it. Probably Nina's fault as well, because I was saying about how the rain was coming in and then it might go green flag running still. Anyway. Green flag! What a restart from Alex Palou as he comes over the line down towards turn number 1. He's jumped ahead, Tom. And then we've got Lapcar still in traffic as finally Simpson is going to go toe-to-toe with McLaughlin. Newgarden's dropped back massively, actually, right now.
Yeah, and I think Newgarden's trying to pick his way through the traffic. Rossi in 4th place to the inside of Newgarden. And as we see more of the field coming through, Lundgaard moving in front of Rasmussen, or side by side at least, with the Dane, or the 2 Danish drivers going into combat, thinking of it. And yeah, this is the business end of the race now, where everyone's just jostling for position and desperate to get back what they feel probably was lost during that caution.
Everybody on old tyres is now sinking like a stone. Everyone on brand new tyres have got them up to temperature and are starting to make records around here as well for their own personal best lap times. We're going to be in for a very interesting last 26 laps, which should be done inside the next 10 minutes if we remain in green flag condition. O'Ward moves ahead of Rasmussen. Daly ahead of Kirkwood. Now in the middle half of the field as they come down the backstretch once more. There's no sign of rain, but it's, look at that, on board with Alex Palou. He's trying to get ahead here, and he's moving left, right and centre, and he's been passed around the outside by the 21. So Rasmussen now moves up into 5th place, O'Ward down into 6th. This is not working out the way we expected, Tom.
No, but Rasmussen's absolutely flying. He's looking to the outside of Rossi as well. Rossi really struggling as Rasmussen almost clashes with the wall on the exit. And you can just see there's so much tyre life left in there for Rasmussen. And yeah, next one ahead of him will be Joseph Newgarden, still chasing his 3rd podium of the season. That is very much on the threat now with Rasmussen all over the rear. I wonder how long it'll be for Rasmussen to get up to the rear of Alex Palou.
Look, Newgarden went up towards the wall. Rasmussen's right there with him. He's going to cut down low, and he's got it. Rasmussen's ahead of Newgarden. It's happened immediately. 14 lap on tyres, and look, even Rossi's jumped him. Newgarden's sinking, and now attention turns to Palou. Oh, Newgarden's sliding. Newgarden slides into 1. We go green, and round the outside comes O'Ward, and Lundgaard's there too. Newgarden's tyres are done.
Yeah, they're done, absolutely. And he's got Lundgaard to the inside now, and that's going to be another Aaron McLaren heading through. Newgarden is really slumping down the order now. Rasmussen now just he's less than a second actually behind Scott McLaughlin. Rasmussen, could he be on course to win here in Milwaukee?
I can't remember where the last time Rasmussen, if he's ever, he's had 1 victory to my knowledge, and that was back at Toronto a couple of seasons ago. So Rasmussen on course for his first overall victory, that's for certain. Hopefully JT will be able to get me that information as well shortly, as he's right on the back now of McLaughlin as he comes round turn 1 and 2. He's passed him like he was standing still. Rasmussen is up into 2nd position, and he's setting off after Alex Palou. This is unbelievable. And look at he's easily dealing with it.
Christmas.
Go on.
I can tell you, Christmas Rasmussen has never won an IndyCar run.
Not at all.
No.
Wow. Am I thinking of Lundgaard then from Toronto? A couple of years back. I think I am, yeah. Well, we said, are we going to be having a first time?
It might have been
yeah, go on, Tom. A bit lag, go on.
Yeah, it might have been a Danish driver, but maybe the wrong one's what you were thinking.
Wrong one, I'm thinking.
But yeah, he's got 19 laps. 19 laps away is Christian Rasmussen from his potential first IndyCar win.
Trying to work out how many minutes. That's about 6 minutes. It's not a lot. The gap 1.3. He's catching. He is 2 miles an hour faster per lap to Palou. This is going to be Christian Rasmussen on course for a first ever career win. And Ed Carpenter Racing looking strong. Come on, what have he got for us? Gap now 9/10 of a second. He's going to make this look easy. The most unstable car of the day is on course to win. Look, that's what I was talking about. Last lap for Rasmussen, 1:52.572. The leader's last lap, 1:59.20. He's closing him down. Our champion of 4 times, and our champion of this year, Alex Palou, who's been so dominant, might just be beaten by a newcomer. Rasmussen is closing. This is what IndyCar is supposed to be about. We have 16 laps to go on the line. He's going to have it, isn't he, Tom? This is going to be easy peasy.
Has he got any hybrid left, though? I don't think he has, but he may not need it.
Pallot's got it full battery, full power going for Rasmussen. He's trying to go around the outside, coming out of turn 4, the outside line. They're almost touching. Rasmussen still side by side. Can he cut Pallot down into turn 1? Pallot stays through. The crowd applauds. Rasmussen leads at Milwaukee. You're right about the hybrid.
Is it going to be
Yeah, because Pallot, he's recharged into 100% now, but during that battle, he only had 20%. He was using so much to defend from Rasmussen, he didn't have any hybrid left. You were right.
Yeah, well, what I will say is, could it be another IndyCar race where Alex Pallot's not won whilst they've been in the commentary position alongside you?
That is true. You're in a bit of a habit, because every time you're in the commentary box, he's not won. Maybe Tom is the Alex Pallot curse. Right, we might have to sign you up for next year for it all.
Yeah, for all 17, if just to make sure Alex Pallot doesn't win.
That's quite coincidental, actually. The races it was. So we've done Long Beach, Toronto, Portland, and now here. And they're the 4 races he hasn't won. Oh, and also, yeah. Wow, okay. Let's take another look at that move, Tom. It was beautiful around the outside. Brave as well.
Yeah, very brave. It was wheel to wheel between the pair, and absolutely tooth and nail, but just about leaving enough respect for each other. And what a move this was from Rasmussen to the outside. I know obviously he had the tyre advantage, but he had the disadvantage that he hadn't had any hybrid when he got the move done, so that it was still a challenge for him to get by, and he completed it. I wonder when the last time Ed Carpenter racing in IndyCar.
Oh, long time ago. There's the fans watching it.
Long time ago.
There is Ed Carpenter.
2021, Josh.
What track was it?
Indianapolis, Grand Prix of Indianapolis.
That was it, yeah. We all thought that they might have a chance in the actual race a week later. 2 weeks later, I should say, from that point of view, in the month of May. That full course yellow in IMSA, by the way, has been out now for about 20 minutes. It's getting a bit nuts out there. I don't know what happened. It was the Wayne Taylor racing car and the 45 and GTD because I stopped at the circuit. That's what scores the yellow. But Alexander Sims leading for the Corvette, by the way. You can join that race after we finished our broadcast here at IndyCar. Rasmussen leading. He's pulled out a second to Pallot with 10 to go. That's around about 3 minutes. It's not going to be long at all. Tom's got another commentary gig after this. So that's going to be long. Where are you going, Andrew? Plug that for you. Look at
we are seeing Rasmussen. Oh, he's coming to back of racing, Chris. That was too close. That was too close. He nearly put it in the wall.
Can I turn round now? Did he make it?
Yeah, he can turn round.
That was too close.
Yeah, he did make it. Yeah.
That was so close. He brushed that wall with an inch of his life. He doesn't even take those risks. He's the race leader, for goodness sake. I know he's now put a car between himself and Pallot, but... Oh, just... Chris, you're leading. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, don't blow it, Joe Tamiego just put in the Grid Network Slack chat. Don't blow it. You've got a chance of a race win. And to sign your contract for next year to permanently keep you in, Ed Carpenter. 7 to go at Milwaukee. It's been an up and down race. We expected a different winner. We didn't expect it to be a new winner. And to do it on an oval. Oh, look at it. He's out of hybrid now, but that graphic's wrong, actually. On my time screen, he's recharged it up to 12%. Now he's used it all. Now he's recharging it to 40, yeah. And look how close he was. He did touch that wall.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a slight kiss, though, for Rasmussen. He's found his way through. Are Ed Carpenter Racing going to celebrate their first win for over 4 years? Rinus VeeKay taking victory at Indianapolis. The Grand Prix of Indianapolis, that was, not the Indy 500. But it's a long time coming for them.
Oh, switches again through 4. He's been doing that all day. The blue flags are out. You can hear the applause from just below where the microphone is. There's clearly an Ed Carpenter Racing and Christian Rasmussen fan right there. If he doesn't lift off every now and then, he's got the tyre advantage, but just doesn't need to wreck this. How long have we got left? 4 laps. 1.5 minutes. Look at him. Twitching like crazy. 50 seconds for 2 laps. 1 minute 40 seconds for Rasmussen. Just don't put it in the wall now, mate. And you've got your first ever win in IndyCar, and you do it on an oval. Through 3 and 4. still remember when Murray Walker commentated here for it back in 1993. Look, he's nearly in the wall again.
That's going past Foster this time as well.
Ah, come on. The other red carpenter race, by the way, of Alexander Rossi running in 4th. It's a great day for their cars out there in the field. Ed Carpenter wishes he was in this race by now, I bet, in the 3rd car. Apparently, there's been a huge accident at Virginia. That's what that long crash was about. 3 to go. 2 to go now. Well, as Tom said, it's been a long time since Indianapolis 2021 on the Grand Prix layout. Well, Ed Carpenter Racing has won. For Christian Rasmussen, it's been a bit longer since he last won an event. He will come out the last corner to take the white flag here at the Milwaukee Mile. Final lap. Palou, no, he's beaten. Another winner to add to 2025's campaign. It's not going to be Palou, it's not going to be Kirkwood, it's not going to be O'Ward, it's not going to be Dixon, and it's not going to be Power. Rasmussen will be there for the first time in INDYCAR. It is Christian Rasmussen who will meet Aaron with the checkered flags as a winner in INDYCAR. The fans erupt with a fantastic result. Palou 2nd, McLaughlin 3rd, Rossi 4th in the 2nd Ed Carpenter car. But it is a race victory for Rasmussen. I know I've got to let you go now, Tom, but what a great race. I think that was highs and lows throughout it all.
Yeah, and an unexpected winner of it all. And what a proud man he will be. Christian Rasmussen, in only his 2nd season in this championship, has come away with a race win. And what a good way to round up the year, even though there is still one more round to come next weekend in Nashville. It's been a super day.
Absolutely super day. Cheers, Tom. We'll let you go as he does donuts in front of the main grandstand here. And that is job well and truly done for Rasmussen. His first ever win. And we'll hand down to Fox.
There's only one race to go. Who cares about the engine or an engine penalty? He'll take the penalty in Nashville, but means he gets to celebrate like that. That was an incredible run.
And what a day for Ed Carpenter Racing. 2 drivers in the top 5 for the first time. And his faith in Rasmussen
That's awesome.
has paid off.
More to come for this team. That's awesome.
Huge investment over the winter. Huge opportunity that stands ahead. Georgia is standing by with Ed Carpenter.
Ed Carpenter, you just watched your driver do donuts on the front stretch. What are the emotions right now?
Knew this was coming for Christian. I mean, he's the best there is right now in short ovals. He's shown it all season long. So really, that late yellow played to his hand, and he did an amazing job taking advantage of his new tires and Chevy power. Feels so good. It's been a while since we've won a race, so happy to be here, and really a great team weekend. Alex, P4, a team effort. You know, for Christian, didn't start practice 1 great, but the whole group worked together well to get things on track, and you know, big team effort.
Congratulations. We'll let you get to victory lane.
Let's take a look at the Advanced Auto Parts checkered flag moment. Townsend, Hinch. What a day for this young.
Oh, and this one was easy. Rasmussen going high, had to gather it up mid-corner and just didn't give up on it. And full credit to Alex Palou for racing hard and clean there, but simply unstoppable on those fresh tires. An amazing day for Ed Carpenter Racing and Christian Rasmussen. It was either going to be a first-time win or one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen, James. Checkers or wreckers, no better day to define that than right here.
Where am I going after this interview, so I just know in case I lose you? Hans Christian Rod Rasmussen, you are an IndyCar race winner. Trying to get a second question about how much he's angered all the other drivers.
Hey, TV needs you quick.
Get the helmet off, guys.
What a cool moment there, seeing his teammate Alex Rossi, first person to victory lane to congratulate him. What a great team result.
Huge. And you think about the changes with this team over the winter, the injection of investment for them. Kevin is standing by with a new IndyCar winner.
And his girlfriend Maria, who is also a racer himself, former USAC short track racer, here to greet Christian Rasmussen, who uses the fresh Firestones to drive through the field. So many drivers have been talking about your style, saying it won't last. What do you have to say about that, and how did you get to the front?
Well, our ovals has been pretty good this year, so if it doesn't last, I don't know. But no, today was amazing. We were talking about before the race that if there's a late caution, then we want to go on new tires because it's just such an advantage. So there was more people that did it than I thought there would the last stint, but it was definitely the right choice. I mean, we were so good on new tires, even compared to other cars on new tires. So, wow. That's a good day. It's a good Sunday.
And the celebration is on now for Ed Carpenter Racing.
A great Sunday, a phenomenal race. Townsend James, what have we just seen?
I mean, history in the making. A first-time winner, the last first-time winner, also from Denmark. Weird coincidence there, but based on what we saw today, Townsend, that's not going to be his last win on an oval in IndyCar.
I don't think so, and I think what we've seen today is a redefining of what wild and ragged can deliver on the racetrack. It might inspire a whole new style as we go to the final round in Nashville. I cannot wait.
We hope you will join us there. What a day, what a race, what a moment for Christian Rasmussen, an IndyCar winner, and we suspect the first of many. We'll see you in Nashville for the season finale in 1 week's time.
The celebrations go out all around.
Oh my, what
Tom.
a finale to that race. It rained quite literally on Alex Palou's parade. The last Ed Carpenter win, the Indy Road Course 2021 Rinus VeeKay. But no surprise, it's Christian Rasmussen. You know, the likes of Pato O'Ward, Alex Rossi, they all pitted for new tyres as well. But Rasmussen, those final 30 laps, that was something special there. And if you look at his year on the ovals, he's finished in the top 10 in all the 4 oval races this season. Only Pato O'Ward and Alex Palou have managed that too heading into this weekend. He was 3rd at Gateway, and for the 2023 Indy Next champion, that was quite sensational. IndyCar delivers again. Christian Rasmussen, remember that name. We've been saying it all year. Razzle dazzle, as T-Bell and Hinchcliffe said. Don't forget, we do it all again this time. Next weekend, we'll be...
Yep, cheers, Tom, as well. Okay, JT, final thoughts from you then, please. What did you make of that crazy race?
Well, it was definitely a finish which we didn't expect.
That is true, yeah.
And, well, it wasn't the most predictable driver.
The most unstable car won today. That's a surprise to me. Didn't expect that.
The fastest car won today.
That's also very true as well. Rasmussen had it all throughout.
When Christian Rasmussen was catching Palou up, Christian Rasmussen was 2 miles per hour quicker than Alex Palou.
Just nuts, isn't it? It's just how on earth do you get that? That's what new tyres can do for you. And Palou not pitting at the last caution cost him dearly today. Thoughts going though then please mate into the last race of the year at Nashville in a week's time.
Well, we know our champion.
That's true.
So it's all about what else can happen in the other championship positions because, well, you can get higher and, well, more prize money and all of that stuff as well.
Thanks, JT. Thanks to Tom Cants as well. And we are done. We will be back with you in a week's time when we kick off all the action. Formula One's back for the Dutch Grand Prix. We've also got the support action lined up. British Touring Cars are at Donington Park on the Grand Prix circuit. And we also have all the action from the final IndyCar weekend of the year. It is going to be special. 2.5 hours then to broadcast to you. Well, that was easy. Well done, Christian Rasmussen. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.